And we are live. How's everybody doing tonight? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and you're watching and/or listening to ABL Live. Thank y'all for joining me. Thank you for joining me tonight. You could be almost anywhere in the world, but you're right here with me live on the show, and I appreciate y'all for that. We got a whole lot going on all over the internet, all over mainstream media, social media, everywhere, and I don't know where to start. First of all, we got the Alabama boat brawl, the Alabama boat side beatdown, the Alabama pontoon boat pummeling. We're talking about that in a minute. As we have an update from that, we have some arrests. We have some new information from that particular incident. We also have R&B singer and pop singer, songwriter Neo not backing down from the LGBTQ element of PXYZ community as it relates to his stance on trans children. Also, the 7-Eleven employee update. Remember the guy who was trying to steal from the 7-Eleven and got hit with a stick numerous times? We're talking about that a little bit. Also, Joe Biden had an interesting interview on the Weather Channel, and he got a tad bit handsy, talking about, oh, it's a bug on your chest. Really? Is that what we're going to do, Joe Biden? That's pretty strange. Also, GOP presidential nominee Vivek Ramaswamy gave an opinion about Juneteenth and then did a 180 just a few days later without any kind of explanation. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Also, some pretty serious stories. Apparently, a Trump supporter who said something, I guess, threatening about Joe Biden on the internet got shot in his house. We're going to talk about all those things and more on tonight's episode of ABL Live. And thank y'all again for being here. You guys are the best audience anywhere on these internets. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all of that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. This is a podcast you're listening to right now. So if you want to hear this info without any video, just audio only, go to your favorite audio streaming platform and search ABL Live. I should pop right on up. And we're everywhere. We're on Spotify, Google Play, Apple iTunes, etc. Check us on out. This particular episode will be available 8 a.m. tomorrow morning Eastern time. We're going to talk about all that in just 1 minute. So we got a lot going on. We got a whole lot happening. But first things first, I got to shout out to the sponsors. Shout out to patriotpost.us, your best source of news and information anywhere on these internets. You can visit them by going to the link in the description or just going directly to the website, patriotpost.us. Tell them ABL sent you. Also, go to the merch website. Hold on, somebody said my hat's crooked. See, look, I'm watching the stories a little bit. I'm watching the chat a little bit. Go to Abe, speaking about the merch, ablmerch.com. That is ablmerch.com. We got the hats. Shout out to you, sir, for correcting me, sir or ma'am. I can't see your gender. I can't assume your gender. We got hats, t-shirts, stickers, hoodies, mugs, and more right there on the website, ablmerch.com. Y'all go ahead and check it out. Also, go to my regular website, anthonyblogan.com. That is ANTHONY, the letter B, LOGAN.com. Go to the front page of the website. We have articles for each video that I produce. So if you ever have a question, hey, ABL, where'd you get that information? Where's your source? Can I see the full video? Can I see the video without you yammering on it? Everything's right there on the website, anthonyblogan.com. The link will always be in the description box, as will all my links be in the box. If you are on the audio streaming platforms, there should be some kind of box somewhere with something in it. The best and easiest way would be to go to my regular website, anthonyblogan.com, and everything will be right there. Alrighty. And what else we got going on? Oh, of course, go to the contact page, anthonyblogan.com/contact. You can find my email address, my snail mail address, my social media accounts, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, all that good stuff is right there on the contact page of the website, anthonyblogan.com/contact. Also, if you're ever wondering if you're speaking to me or not, just go to the contact page, and if the method of contact is not there, it's not me. And the big clue would be if you're talking to somebody who says, hey, I can get you a deal on some foreign exchange, Forex, some Bitcoin, some random get rich quick scheme. That's not me. Please don't get scammed. I still get emails from you guys asking me, hey, somebody said that they were you because when you posted a video, I posted a comment on your video, and then someone replied to my comment saying that they were ABL and to contact them at some random 25-digit phone number on WhatsApp. And then they said to send them $1 million so I can get $100 back as a refund. So I'm wondering, is that you or not? First of all, let's use our heads for more than a hat rack, okay? For more than a fashion accessory, for more than a place to make a nice hairdo stand out, okay? Let's use our brains. If that's going on, it's a scam. And I'm never, ever, ever, ever going to ask you for any kind of investment money at all, okay? All you could do if you want to help me, there's links right here on my video. There's Super Chat. You go to my website. There's links. If it's not there or right here, it's not real, okay? I'm never going to send you a thing in the comments to contact me directly and send me money in some random kind of sleazy, scummy way. But I digress. You guys are the best audience anywhere on these internets, and I appreciate y'all for joining. We got quite a few topics to discuss tonight. We're going to get into it. We got a lot of videos to discuss, a lot of exclusive things to go over. We have some good updates, some positive updates, and a whole lot more. So y'all, please, oh, please, oh, please hang tight. Okay. We got a lot going on. Actually, we got some crazy things. Now, I think there's one video I want to show you guys straight away. This is a crazy one. All right. Let's talk about this guy. I guess he's a Trump supporter who was shot and killed in Provo, Utah, because there was an FBI raid, and they said the guy made credible threats against President Joe Biden. So basically, he was talking kind of crazy on social media, and they said he made some threats against the president, and as a result of the social media posts, they raided his home, and they wound up killing him. So let's go ahead and check it out right here. This is on The Blaze. They reposted this from ABC News. Let's check it out. Let's get a little bit of sound, and RIP headphone users. Let's check it out.
Bring you breaking news now. The FBI saying that a man was shot and killed today during a raid in Provo, Utah, in connection with an investigation regarding alleged threats against President Biden and others. Officials briefed on the case tell ABC News that those threats had been deemed credible after an investigation began in April, and that the FBI was later notified about the individual in June. We are still waiting for comment from the White House, also the Secret Service, but we will bring you updates as soon as we have it. Meanwhile, our chief investigative reporter, Josh Margolin, has been working his sources and this story. Josh, what do we know at this hour?
All right, Josh, come on. Let's get the audio together, sir.
In a shootout with the FBI went to his home early morning today in Provo, Utah, about 6 a.m. That's a pretty standard tactic. They went to arrest him and to search his home after threats had been made online, and they were deemed to be credible. That's troubling.
So
how about this, though? Can I interject right quick? Maybe you guys are thinking it. Maybe you guys aren't thinking it. But it's kind of strange how they're able to go to this man's house, raid it, shoot and kill him over some alleged threats against Joe Biden on social media. But whenever these school shooters get shot inside the school after they didn't kill 20 people, they always say, oh, we knew about them. The FBI knew about them. There's a manifesto, all this, that, and the third. So if you know about the guy and there's a manifesto and nothing is done, then why all of a sudden is something done right now when it comes to a threat against the president? I mean, whose life is more important here? I mean, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. Maybe there was a credible threat against some of these schools that got shot up before they got shot up because y'all knew about it. They always say, oh, we knew about them. There was red flags. Come on, man. Like, what are we even doing?
So the investigation began back in April, right? What triggered that? Did they get some type of tip? What led to the probe?
Well, we don't know exactly what opened the investigation. We do know that he had been posting online, apparently, for quite some time, long before April. Something happened in April, and it's really only coming out in this last little bit that we're getting any information about it. So that'll be developing. FBI opened an investigation. By June, the investigation had matured so much so that they told the Secret Service, obviously the Secret Service is responsible for protecting the president and to make sure that any threats, that they get rid of any threats to the president or the people under their protection. And then today, for whatever reason, and we will hopefully start to learn about why the FBI went ahead and wanted to arrest this individual today. Today, they decided to go ahead and execute these warrants to arrest him and to search the home. In the process, this is somebody who boasted about an appreciation for guns. In the process of the FBI coming in, a shootout ensued.
All right, we'll keep tracking it with you, Josh.
So they're saying that there was a shootout between the federales and the suspect. I guess that's the conclusion here. Well, hey, it's funny how that works, how they're able to get this person. But then when it comes to school shooters, man, we don't know what's going on. We knew who he was, but we couldn't really do anything.
Appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Kara.
All right. So that's that. That was in Provo, Utah. Again, if you're just now coming in, thank you for joining. Definitely appreciate you. But there was an investigation. The federales did an investigation. They said that someone on social media posted credible threats against the President Joe Biden. They did a raid, and it ended in a shootout where the suspect was shot and killed. So very, very interesting. I guess that's going to be a developing story. I'll keep y'all updated on that if there's any kind of any kind of new information that comes as a result. But we got quite a few things to talk about, quite a few updates, quite a few news stories, and everything else. And I just want to say, hopefully, Hawaii will be okay. There's a crazy wildfire over in Maui, and I have some video of that. If you guys know about how that happened, y'all please give me some insight. I don't really know exactly how the wildfire happened, but there was a wildfire. They're going to say it's climate change, of course. That's what they always try to say. They always try to make it be a political thing, but sometimes fires do happen. Fires are still a thing that happen on their own without it being a result of some kind of random thing made up by random people. But here's some video. And if I'm saying this wrong, locals out there in Hawaii, please correct me. But Lahaina, Hawaii, has been destroyed by wildfire. That's what this caption says. All right. I don't have any sound here on this one, but you can see what's going on. Pretty devastating stuff. I mean, you're kind of high up, so it's kind of hard to see the level of devastation. You see the smoke haze, of course, but it's pretty bad. Now, y'all let me know, was this, I didn't hear about a volcanic eruption, so I don't think it's magma triggering fires. I heard it was just a wildfire. How does that really happen on the island where, I could see if it's dry conditions, but you're in an island. I don't really understand. It's weird. It's very weird. Let's keep on going here. Here's another. Let me just stop this one right quick. Here's another video, another aerial view of the fire.
Oh my gosh! Look at the harbor.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Oh my gosh!
Somebody says down power lines. Is that what happened?
Oh my gosh! Unbelievable. This looks like Baghdad or something.
Yeah, it looks pretty crazy. It's like widespread devastation out there in Hawaii. All right, I have one more video here. Now, somebody says, so basically the entire island is on fire. Somehow where I am, the driest part of the island has been so far spared. This is someone by the name of Shayla Maddox. I don't know who that is. I don't know if this is an influencer or just a random person. But she says this is Lahaina town. the popular tourist town on the island. Not my video. Apartments and stores have been burned down. Let's check it out. And let's get a little bit of less sound. Or there's no sound in this video, actually. And you can see what's going on. Pretty rough. Pretty rough. Retro AI says, lightning hit a transformer. Is that what happened? I'm just reading you guys' comments. I have no way to verify. I don't know what's really going on, but I'm just reading you guys' comments. If that's what happened, I wouldn't necessarily be surprised. Now, wow, this smoke is crazy. You know, the way people die most of the time in the fire, like if they're inside their house or even in a wildfire, the way they die is from a smoke inhalation. You're going to die from the smoke first before you die from the flames. People all the time survive being burned. You might see them with, you know, a lot of marks and stuff on their face. I might show some of that in a minute, so y'all please hang tight. Somebody being burned up, but not related to this. But, yeah, people survive all the time of being burned. But when you can't breathe, see, that's the problem with the smoke. You're not able to breathe because you're not getting oxygen. That's the problem that gets you the most of the time. And see how thick that smoke is? If you're caught within that, the smoke will get you before the flames, before the heat, before the pain and the result of being burned. All right. Now, I'm going to tell you something about the Transformers. God was on my side one day. I got a quick personal story. Then we're going to get back to the stories. And if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. Quick personal story. So I'm in Virginia. It was many years ago. It's probably like 2010, 2011, many years ago. I'm in my Toyota 4Runner, silver Toyota 4Runner. Love that car. I'm about to go get one of those again. But anyway, reminiscing. But I had like no gas in my tank. I'm only like 3 miles left on my tank. So I'm in Norfolk. I get off at the exit to go to the gas station. It's at night. Now I'm off the interstate and I stop at a light. Now right next to me at a light is a transformer. It blows up. Boom. I'm talking about, it was like a ball of, it's like a sun right next to me. And I'm like, and I see this happen. I'm like, oh, I'm about to be dead, ain't I? As soon as I saw it, because it was like literally, I'm right in at the stoplight, and on the stoplight basically is a transformer, and it blew up right next to me. And then another one, it was like 3 transformers blew up right next to where I was at in the line, but I was totally untouched, and I had my window down and everything. I was like, as soon as it happened, I'm like, man, I'm dead. But I was completely untouched. Nothing happened. And hey, it was all good. But it literally blew up like right here. I'm talking about, if I would have had my arm out the window, you know, some guys have the arm out the window hanging out. It would have, I definitely would have got hit by the transformer for real, because it was right there. So yeah, shout out to God for looking out for me that night. He was like, nah, man, you're not going nowhere yet. You're right here with us. I was able just to drive away, go to the gas station, and get my gas, and I'm good. So yeah, definitely a miracle. Absolutely. It was crazy. It was like I was blinded for a minute. It was nuts. So random. It wasn't a rainstorm or nothing. It wasn't raining on the side. It was just a random occurrence for no reason. All right. Is there footage of it? This is many years ago. So no, this is like 2011, maybe 2010, 2011. This is a long time ago. This is way back in the day. All right. But we got some more things to get through here. Yeah, God is good all the time. And all the time, y'all finish it up. That might be a cultural reference. Shout out to everybody that gets it. But we got quite a bit more to get through here. And where are we going to start? Oh, did you guys see Mike Pence? Hold on. Shout out to Mike Pence, man. He's trying. He's really trying. Now, I'm going to play this video.
Hey, everybody.
And you guys tell me what is missing. Tell me what Mike Pence forgot to do. All right. Now, for you guys that can't see it, he has a red pickup. I'm not quite sure what kind of vehicle this is, like the make and model. He has a red pickup at the pump, and he's going to talk while he has the pump inside the vehicle. Let me know what's missing from this whole situation.
Hey, everybody. Mike Pence here. Remember $2 a gallon gas? I do. And then Joe Biden became president of the United States and launched his war on energy. Since that time, gasoline prices are up 60%. Electricity prices are up 25%. Joe Biden's war on energy is causing real hardship for working families, small businesses, and family farms. But we've got a plan to relieve all of that. We just unveiled the Pence energy plan that'll not only put our country back on a path to energy independence, but by 2040, we will reclaim America's role as the leading producer of energy in the world. Join us in the fight for American energy leadership by going to MikePence2024.com. We can lead the world once again to a more prosperous and a secure future for America with energy independence and American energy leadership.
Okie dokie. So there was quite a bit going on, and you guys pretty much got it. I just want to show one thing. Okay, first, you're hearing the beeping in the background. He did not select his grade of fuel, okay? We can put in the F-150 or whatever that is. You're going to put 87. You're going to put 89, 93, whatever it is. What are you going to put in that vehicle? You didn't select your grade first. Second, he's not pumping it. I don't know if you can see, but take a nice close look right there at his hand. His hand is above the actual pump, but on the handle of the gas pump. You see what I'm saying? So he's not actually pumping gas. He just has the gas pump inserted into the vehicle, but he's not pumping no gas. It's like, man, look, if you're gonna do a bit like this, at least pump the gas, maybe. It can't be that difficult to pump the gas, but maybe, he wants to get it right. And, multiple takes, you're not going to be able to keep pumping the gas. But come on, my man. Like, this is just really bad. It kind of reminds me of the whole thing with Paul Ryan. Remember Paul Ryan with the baseball cap from back in the day? Like, hello, fellow conservatives. Remember this? Wait a minute. Like, this right here, I gotta pull it up. Okay, y'all give me a second to tighten myself up right here. But this, it reminds me of this right here. Remember this? This is back in 2012. It's like, Paul Ryan, what are you doing? Like, hat on backwards. Hello, fellow young people. I'm one of you. It's like, my man, don't even, it just screams inauthentic. It screams inauthentic, and I hate that. I'd rather you be a stuffed shirt kind of politician, nothing fancy, just get straight to the business, okay? When I go to a workplace and there's a boss there, I don't want this guy to try to be hip and cool. It's like, look, boss, I need you to go out there and get this money. I don't need you to be trying to be cool and hip and all that kind of good stuff, right? I don't need all that kind of stuff at all. So let's not do that. Mike Pence not pumping the gas, and Paul Ryan with your cap on backwards and your dad shoes in the gym, your New Balances. You about to go cut some grass or pump some iron. Like, what's really going on, sir? But anyway, I digress. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all of that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. But yeah, I like people that are very authentic. I don't like when guys are fake. And speaking of fake, your main man, Vivek Ramaswamy. Now, this guy, I said it before, there was something about him that I just really couldn't put my finger on. I was like, why do I not really like this guy? What is really going on? I just didn't really understand. I couldn't really articulate it. And I didn't want to say anything that was a false accusation or anything of the sort. I want to be able to understand exactly what's going on. Let me get myself queued up right here. Y'all give me one moment, please. And there we go. Hold on one second. Yeah, there we go. Let's go ahead and do it this way. I want to play you guys a full thing. Now, we're talking about Juneteenth. Now, Juneteenth should not be controversial. It should not be political. it became political once it became a federal holiday. It became political for that reason, but it shouldn't be. And Vivek Ramaswamy has had different opinions on it just in a few days. Now, this is Vivek Ramaswamy on his Twitter page on June 19th, 2023, just a few weeks ago, this year. So he said one thing, then he said something else. Now, I'm trying to figure out who is the real Vivek Ramaswamy. Where does he really stand? And my thing is this. You can love the holiday or hate the holiday. It don't really matter. Whatever you feel that way and stand on it. Don't be different depending upon the audience you speak to, okay? Whenever you see ABL, I'm going to be the same way, always. I'm not going to be different depending upon who I'm talking to. I'm going to be the same. It doesn't matter where I am. And I've been in quite a few different rooms. I've been with the governor a few times having dinner, senator, mayor, councilman having dinner. I'm still me, okay? I can be right here talking to you guys. I'm still me. In my personal time, friends, family, I'm still me. I'm going to be the same person. If I have a political opinion, I'm going to keep the same opinion. It doesn't matter what room I'm in. It's going to be the same. You're not going to get a different person, okay? Now, let's look at this. Let's check it out. Here, again, this is him, June 19th, 2023, on his own Twitter page. I'm right here. You see, verified, Vivek Ramaswamy, almost 1 million followers. This is him right here. Not a fake video. Let's check it out.
We live in a beautiful country. America is blessed with natural beauty in every sense. But the thing that makes our country beautiful actually isn't even the scenery. It's the vision of what this place can be. The place where no matter who you are, or where your parents came from, or what your skin color is, that you still get ahead in this country based on your own hard work, your own commitment, your own dedication. That's the American dream that I lived. It's the American dream we want to give to the next generation. That's what we celebrate on Juneteenth. We don't just look back and flog ourselves. That's beside the point. What we celebrate is how far we've come. And as a first-generation American myself, you better believe I'm proud of it. Happy Juneteenth, everybody.
All righty.
Take it easy and we'll talk soon.
There we go. Happy Juneteenth. I'm proud of that. It's not about flogging ourselves. It's about the American dream. Everybody, black, white, Puerto Rican, candy stripe, it don't really matter. It's not about where we've been. It's about how far we've come. It's about the prosperity and the advancement. All positive things. Nothing negative at all about Juneteenth right there, right? Nothing negative. Nothing. But now here we are. This is from August 6th. Again, that video you just saw was June 19th of this year. He put it out on Juneteenth, supporting Juneteenth, celebrating Juneteenth. But now all of a sudden, he says that it's useless and should be canceled. Well, wait a minute. If you felt that way, why didn't you say that on Juneteenth? Why say it a few days later? I don't understand. If you're going to have an opinion, stick to it all the time, not just when it's politically expedient for you to do so. Let's get some sound here. That might help.
Do you think Juneteenth is a useless holiday?
I basically do.
So the question was, do you think Juneteenth is a useless holiday? He says, I basically do. He says, yes, it's useless.
Single day voting on election day. We will make election day a holiday in the United States of America, so there's no complaints about it. Cancel Juneteenth or one of the other useless ones we made up, okay? We can't have like everything be a holiday, but we'll cancel one of the other ones and make election day a holiday. Paper ballots and government-issued voter ID that matches the voter file.
Wait a minute. Didn't you just talk about how good it was? Happy Juneteenth, all this and that. Now it sucks. Cancel it. It's useless. If you feel that way, then say that all the time. Look, either it's a good thing or it's not. Whatever kind of way you feel, just be consistent. That's all I'm saying. And also, did you catch what he's saying right here about the holiday, the election holiday he wants to make? So he wants to make election day be one day and for it to be federalized. A government issue ID that everybody has. Everybody votes on one day, a federal holiday. So he wants to federalize elections on one day that he makes up. Is that what you want? Do you guys want a federal election? I don't. I want things to be state operated because we know the government sucks. The federal government sucks. I want more state rights, not federalized rights, not federalized elections. Absolutely, absolutely not. No way. I'm going to die on that hill for sure.
That is what we will do.
Going back to your election security plan, you said you wanted to have a holiday. You said maybe cancel Juneteenth or one of those other useless holidays. Do you think Juneteenth is a useless holiday?
I basically do. Yeah.
Do you think Memorial Day, Veterans Day are useless holidays?
I don't, because I stand with the presumption.
Do y'all think he changed his mind in 1 month? Listen, he made that video on June 19th. It's now August. This video is from August the 6th. So you're talking about less than 2 months he changed. He did a total 180. Where's the explanation for why he changed his mind? You're just going to accept that? I mean, come on. Let's just use our brains for a minute. He's a liar. He's a grifter. It's a lot of guys like this. Look, this guy is a politician through and through. A lot of these guys will tell you lies. They'll say one thing 1 minute, and then they'll change and say something else depending upon how politically expedient it is. Barack Obama, I'm not for gay marriage. Then he says, I am for gay marriage. What changed? Politics, because I got pressure to do it. Not because he felt like all of a sudden he wants to embrace gay marriage. Y'all got to stop. And then the same thing with the border wall. Your Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, Hillary Clinton, they say they want a border fence, a border barrier. Then they say, no, we don't want that. It's racist. They go from voting for it, enacting it, building one, to saying it's racist. That had changed your heart for real? Is that what you believe? Please stop. Please stop. Please stop.
Presumption of time-tested traditions. Like I said, religion is, I call these things cults. I won't dignify them as religions because religions have withstood the test of time. And so I think that if we made a national commemorative holiday for everything that's important that happened in our history, we'd have no working days left. But I think that the spirit of Juneteenth, we already channel into other holidays, like Martin Luther King Day, like President's Day. I think we can commemorate the spirit of that holiday separately. So I think that we shouldn't have redundant holidays that celebrate overlapping purposes. It should have a distinct purpose. And I think, let's be honest, the reason for making that a holiday was under political duress. It was a political hostage situation on the back of the death of George Floyd. And I think that should not be how we create holidays. We should not create holidays with a cultural gun to our head. And that's what happened with Juneteenth.
My man, yo, you felt that kind of way. So do you guys think that he had that change of heart in less than 2 months with all that detail, all that backstory? Is that what you think for real? Come on, be for real. Be serious. This guy is not a moron. He's a very smart guy. Isn't he like a billionaire or close to it? Come on, y'all got to stop. He's a liar. He's a typical politician, and they all do stuff like that. They'll flip-flop. That's the classic politician, flip-flopping. They'll do that during debates. Like, okay, they'll get pressed on the issue, and then they'll change their mind. We see it all the time with these entertainers, especially when they get pressed on the issue, they'll fold. And what we always say, oh, he folded. Do we say, oh, he changed his mind? We say he folded. That's what we say. Same thing he did right there. He folded. Or it's just a matter of, I'm going to say whatever I got to say to appease whoever I'm talking to. When I'm on Twitter, I'm going to say a thing for the younger audience because they're more progressive. But then when I get in front of a bunch of boomers, I'm going to say something that they're going to like because I think that they will like this message more. I don't like that. I don't like politicians in the sense of them just saying whatever it takes to make normies feel good. This is why people always ask me, they say, hey, ABL, do you want to be a politician? Do you want to become a governor, mayor, senator, or something like that? I'm like, not really. I don't really aspire to be that. If enough of y'all keep asking me about it, then sure, I'd do it. It's just like George Washington. He did not want to be the president, but they egged him on to do it. And that's why he did it. I'm the same way. I don't want to be a politician because I don't like people trying to pressure me to lie and play the game. 'Cause I'm not going to do it. I refuse. If I feel a way, I'm going to feel that way. You're not going to be able to make me say a thing differently because I'm in front of this audience or that audience. You're getting the same message 100% all day long. Yeah, so somebody said it right there. I ain't no snake oil salesman. Shout out to you, Rob. Nope, that ain't going to be me. All right. But anyway, I digress. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. Like I said, I knew it was something about him. I just couldn't put my finger on it. It's just inauthentic. I think people are really desperate for an authentic person, which is why Trump is so admired, is so loved, because he's an authentic person. Yes, he's a billionaire, rich guy, whatever, been rich for a long time, but he's authentic. I love him or hate him. He may say things people don't like. He may do a thing you may not like, but regardless of what, you know that it's him being him. He'll make mistakes. He'll do things that aren't always the best, but it's authentic. It's a real person. And that's what people appreciate. That's why he keeps going up and up and up in the polls as we keep getting all these indictments and whatnot. The normies are kind of like shocked. Why does he keep succeeding despite all these indictments? Well, because we know that it's fake. We know it's phony. And we know that he's a real one. He is a real guy. And we appreciate that in him. It's very simple. So I think that should be the way going forward. Don't be fake. Whatever kind of opinion you have, it could be popular, unpopular, just stick to what you believe in. Stick to your guns and don't be phony. Don't just say things because someone is pressuring you to say it. But I'm getting triggered, so I digress. All right. Now, where are we going to go? We got quite a few things going on. We got quite a few videos to get to. We got to talk about the Alabama boat brawl and Neo and everything else. Oh, matter of fact, Neo. Let's talk about Neo right quick. Now, Neo, my man, Neo is an R&B singer, pop singer, not a rapper. Somebody was saying that he's a rapper. Not you guys, but I was reading that. It's like, I've never heard Neo rap before. He is a singer. He is also a songwriter, wrote songs for Beyonce. Let me see. Somebody says, ABL, you criticized Trump not too long ago and back DeSantis. Yeah, I mean, I did criticize Trump. I didn't say that I love Trump unconditionally. That ain't, I don't love anybody unconditionally. Maybe my parents or somebody like that, but nobody else, not Trump. I don't even know Trump. Okay. Trump, I said just now, he has some issues. He's imperfect. I said that just now. So are you trying to expose me for being something different other than what I am? I think DeSantis at that time was more electable, but I think DeSantis has run his campaign in a way that does not really display that. And as Trump gets indicted more and more, the support for him grows more and more. Absolutely. So things change. And I think DeSantis, he would be ahead more than what he is, if not for all the circumstances surrounding what Trump is going through. And also his campaign not being run very properly. I don't know who's getting advice from, but he's not doing a good job with the campaign for sure. All right. But anyway, I digress. Nice try. Try to get ABL caught up in lying. You're never going to do it. Because I can't. If I could be an actor, send me to Hollywood. I wouldn't care about no SAG-AFTRA strikes. I'm going to get all the Hollywood money. If I was that good of an actor, I can't. I'm not. But anyway, back to my man Neo. So he said a thing about the LGBTQ LMNOP community that people did not like too much. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to find the original video in question, and then we're going to get into the apology after the video and then the apology retraction. All right, we got to get into all that because it all works together. So y'all give me a second, and if you like what you're hearing so far, I know what to do. Give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. Now, he was interviewing with Gloria Velez, and shout out to Gloria Velez. Gloria Velez, if y'all know about her, she was like what they call a video vixen back in the day. I met her in real life. You talking about a showstopper? Oh my goodness, she was like something else. I'm like, okay, quick story. quick personal story about Gloria Velez. Hold on, I got to get a visual for y'all. I got to get a visual. It ain't nothing crazy, but I got to get a visual. So, matter of fact, hold on. Can we get a good picture? These aren't really good pictures. I mean, it's not necessarily the best pictures. But anyway, Gloria Velez, that'll do right there. Yeah, let's. So this is back in, I want to say, I probably met her in like 2009, I want to say. Yeah, this will work right here. This is PG-13, PG. Okay, I met her in 2009. She done a lot of music videos and stuff like that back in the day, and we're at my ad agency. We had a bunch of guys. Shout out to everybody at the ad agency, and there was some girls from this show called the Bad Girls Club. They were there, and I don't know what they were doing. The photo shoot. Oh, I know what it was. So we had some guys working for us that did parties and clubs. So they had the girls from the Bad Girls Club to come do an appearance. And Gloria Velez was like arranging everybody to go where they had to go. And she came into the room. The girls looked okay from the TV show. They looked all right. But Gloria Velez came in, it shut the whole thing down. It was like if you ever like seen a celebrity like a Rihanna or Beyonce or something like that walk into a room, it was like that. I was stunned. I was mesmerized. I was like, wow. So yeah, shout out to Gloria Velez for the interview with Neo. Anyway, that's personal story, and I digress. Let's get back to the main thing. So what I'm gonna do is show you guys a visual of the actual video and then play the audio in the background because DJ Vlad loves to do copyright strikes, so we're not going to get involved with that right now. So let me just show you guys this as a visual. You see Neo right there on the left and Gloria Velez on the right. So let's check it out.
They come from an era where a man was a man and a woman was a woman, and it wasn't but two genders, and that's just how it rocked. Now, you could identify as a goldfish if you feel.
Hey, you mentioned Aaron Hall. I'm not going to say a word about Aaron Hall. I know about Aaron Hall. Yes, I do. I'm from Virginia. Teddy Riley. Yep. Anyway.
Right.
I don't care. That ain't my business. It becomes my business when you try to make me play the game with you. I'm not gonna call you a goldfish, but you want to be a goldfish, you go be a goldfish. It's all
Amen.
Good. I mean, it's just, we live in a weird time, man. We do. We live in a time where a person will have a mental breakdown in front of their camera.
Right.
Wait, let me white balance.
Okay, like you hear what he's saying. What he's saying right here, it's just about what's happening right now. Some of the cultural norms that we have in society is kind of crazy. I'm going to go ahead a little bit into where they get talking about the LGBT and everything else. Let's see if I can time it properly.
We're going to sit and dwell in sorrow. We're not going to sit and dwell in...
Oh, my God. And
trigger warnings. What the hell is a trigger warning?
Yes, exactly.
It's just... When I
it
just
is
don't
weird
know when
times.
the world became so sensitive. Like comedians can't tell jokes no more.
No.
Like, everybody's offended. It's a joke. It's a
Right.
comedian.
Right.
It's a joke. You're not supposed to take it serious. It's a joke.
Right.
His literal job is to joke.
About everyone.
About everyone
Right.
and everything.
And you know what he's saying right here, talking about comedians can't tell jokes. Hey, maybe he does watch me. I hope he does. Shout out to Neo, if you're watching, shout out to you, man. I'm a big fan of yours.
People want to get offended and like, don't say that. That's triggering. Oh my God. You know what?
Yeah.
Sit in your house by yourself.
Exactly.
It annoys me.
I mean, anything can trigger you. A light can trigger you. A smell can trigger you. So, I mean, we got to walk on eggshells. Well, that's what they want us to.
That's what they want us to do.
But
my generation,
I'll be
there were no
damned.
trigger warnings. Okay, you got up and you kept moving. That's kind of what it has to
We
be.
was kicked outside. We would come inside before the lights go down.
Right on. And I kind of feel like old man shaking that cloud when I say stuff like that sometimes. Thinking about the good old days, but that's how things were. And it was better back then, in my opinion.
Exactly
If
that.
we got bumps and bruises, we just washed it off with the hose outside.
Yeah, you was good. Come on, man.
It's totally different
We
times.
need to get back to them days. I feel like parents have almost forgotten what the role of a parent is.
Amen.
It's like, okay,
Lost control.
if your little boy comes to you and says, Daddy, I want to be a girl.
Oh, here you go. Pay attention. Let me just rewind a little bit.
Forgotten what the role of a parent is.
Amen.
It's like, okay,
Lost control.
if your little boy comes to you and says, Daddy, I want to be a girl. And you just let him rock with that. You just let,
Right.
he's 5.
Right. And where did he get that
If
from?
you let this 5-year-old boy decide to eat candy all day, he's going to do that.
Exactly.
Like, when did it become a good idea to let a 5-year-old, let a 6-year-old, let a 12-year-old make a life-changing decision for themselves?
Right.
When did that happen?
Right.
Like, I don't understand that. I don't get that.
And to medicate these young kids that are 5, 6 growing up and knowing that it affects their brain, it affects their organs, it makes them sick, but they're not allowed to do drugs. They're not allowed to do alcohol.
Right.
We can medicate
He
them up.
can't drive a car yet, but he can decide his sex.
Right. Oh, right. What sexual orientation, and he can cut off his pee-pee, and that, to me, that makes no sense
And
whatsoever.
so I don't know if this is true, but I heard a rumor that they either passed or are trying to pass a law in LA that states if your child comes to you and asks to do some of these things and you say no, they could take your kid from you.
Yeah, that's true. Just passed in California.
That makes no sense.
They want us to have no control over our children.
I don't get it.
In schools,
I don't get it.
hospitals, libraries.
Yeah.
They just want to manipulate. You got to understand when they're so young and they're already, that's
impressionable.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And from them, they're going to believe what you say. I mean, we say.
Now I got a question for you guys about the California thing. Can we get some insight on that as far as if your child says, you know what, I want to be transgender, and then you try to interfere and say no, does the state have the right to take your children from you? You guys give me some insight on that.
Santa Claus is real. You know, the
And they
Easter Bunny.
believe it. Like,
right,
come on.
exactly.
Like, you gotta
they know what they're doing.
Remember who you're dealing with. Like I can't take credit for it, but I heard somebody say one time, he's like, all right, if your son comes to you and says, Daddy, I want to be a girl. Ask your son, what is a girl?
That's a good one.
What is he going to do? He's going to say, well, he might want to play with dolls. All right, you want to play with dolls. Fine, play with dolls.
Right.
But you're a boy
Right.
playing with dolls.
That's
I want
right.
to wear pink. All right, cool, wear pink. But you're a boy
That's right.
wearing pink.
I was a town boy. I still love boy sneakers and I love my baseball cap. Doesn't mean I want to be a man.
Right.
I just like,
Style preference is
That's
one thing.
right.
Gender selection is
but
a
I like
whole
playing
other
sports
thing.
too. Doesn't
Very, very common sense kind of things they're saying here, right? They sound very conservative. This is just something that makes sense to say. But of course, the LGBTQs, LMNOPs did not like that too much. Oh, they didn't like it. They were attacking them. And then my question is this. Why is that a bad thing? Why is it a bad thing for him to say that? I don't understand. I mean, are they trying to sell us something about the whole situation with kids? Did they want to? What's really the problem? What's really the issue? All right, I'm reading some of the comments here before I move forward. Jenny Jones says that was passed last week. Is that what you saw? Crazy. Speaking about California and the whole thing about if you do not allow your children to become transgender, then they could take your children away from you. That's nuts. That is a problem. And I think most people are going to say that that's an issue. It doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter liberal, conservative. I think that's going to be most people that think that way. Most common sense people are going to think that. All right. Now, after that interview came out, and that interview came out 4 days ago. That's when it was posted to DJ Vlad's channel. So to be clear, the video is, I guess you would say, powered by DJ Vlad. It was on this channel, but it was a Gloria Velez podcast, and her guest was Neo. You see what I mean? But anyway, so after that happened, there was a backlash, and then Neo posted this apology. He posted the apology. Now, you could tell there's something that was written up for him. He just put it on his page, and he didn't say anything else. Oh, he says, I'd like to express my deepest apologies. And here is the apology right here. He says, after much reflection, I'd like to express my deepest apologies to anyone that I may have hurt with my comments on parenting and gender identity. I've always been an advocate for love and inclusivity in the LGBTQI plus community. So I understand how my comments could have been interpreted as insensitive and defensive. Gender identity is nuanced, and I can honestly admit that I plan to better educate myself on the topic so I can approach future conversations with more empathy. At the end of the day, I lead with love and support everyone's freedom of expression and pursuit of happiness. Now, when I read that, I'm like, soft. You said right from the very beginning. Everything they said in that podcast I played for you right now was right on point. Most normies, most people that think with a brain in their head are going to think the exact same way. You said nothing wrong here, sir. Nothing to apologize for. So after the podcast came out, after he put the apology out, he then recorded another video on his phone from his vehicle, doubling down on what he said initially. There was still a little bit of apologetics in there, a teensy bit of apology, but really he was like, I'm never going to back down off my opinion. Now, let's go ahead and pop that one on up. And if you like what you're hearing so far, not that video right there, but a little bit too early for that one. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. So let's check it out.
What's going on, loved ones? This is Neo. All right, listen. I normally don't give too much of a damn about what y'all think about what I do, what y'all have to say about what I say, whatever. I normally don't care because, like I said, opinions ain't special. Everybody got one. However, this is something I feel very strongly on, and I need y'all to hear this from the horse's mouth, not the publicist's computer. So check this out. First and foremost, I do not apologize for having an opinion on this matter. I am a 43-year-old heterosexual man raising 5 boys and 2 girls, okay? That's my reality. Now, if my opinion offended somebody, yeah, sure, I apologize for you being offended because that wasn't my intention. My intention is never to offend anybody. However, I'm entitled to feel how I feel. I'm absolutely entitled to feel how I feel the same way you are entitled to feel how you feel. I ain't asked nobody to follow me. I ain't asked nobody to agree with me. I was asked a question and I answered the damn question. Okay. I have no beef with the LGBTQ plus community whatsoever. I ain't got no beef with y'all. Do whatever the hell it is you want to do. Do what you want to do with your kids. However, somebody asked my opinion on this matter, and this is how I feel. I will never be okay with allowing a child to make a decision that detrimental to their life. I will never be okay with that. I don't care. I definitely plan to educate myself a little bit more on this matter. However, I doubt that there's any book anywhere or any opinion that somebody's going to tell me that's going to make me okay with letting a child make a decision like that. That's just period, point blank, and that's how I feel. If I get canceled for this, then you know what? Maybe this is a world where they don't need a Neo no more, all right? And I got no problem with that. I'm a hustler, all right? I'll figure it out. I got kids to raise, and I'm going to do that regardless. So with that being said, y'all have a good day. I love everybody. Live how you want to live, love how you want to love, but your opinion is yours. Speak your opinion as much as you damn well feel like it. Because as I said, they're not important. They're not special. Everybody got one, and you're entitled to it. I'm entitled to mine, all right? Y'all feel how y'all want to feel. Have a great day. It's Neo. Peace and love.
So there you have it. So this is the last of the 3. I played you the podcast that came out first. There was a big backlash. He put out a PR statement on his Twitter page. Then he put out this video after the podcast, after the PR statement to clarify, like, hey, if you're offended, hey, I'm sorry that you're offended, but I'm not changing my mind. I'm still gonna have my opinion. I'm not backing down from that. I still think that it's not okay to allow a child to become transgender. I still think that. So that's just what it is. So I can respect that. I can respect people that don't want to offend anybody. Of course, I'm not trying to offend you, but this is my opinion. I don't think we should allow children to become transgender. You're offended. You're upset. Okay, well, I understand. My heart goes out to you, but I'm still going to feel the same way I feel. People always tell me that kind of stuff. They try to, express their opinion, and then the people say they are offended, and then what they want is for you to change your opinion to make them feel better. I'm not changing nothing. If you are offended, hey man, it's nothing I can really do for you. You're gonna have to be offended. I'm gonna still have my opinion. It's very simple. So shout out to Neo for that. That was very brave, because you got to understand, Neo is in Hollywood. He is in LA. He's a singer. He's an entertainer, and in that industry, you pretty much gotta be on that team. Either you gotta be on that team, or you have to placate to what they believe in, right? Just like your man Wayne Brady. And I'm not gonna touch on this too much, and pardon that expression, but I'm gonna just say it briefly. You see, Neo having his opinion is seen as extremist, like right-wing nut job MAGA hat type guy. That's how the opinion is seen by those in the entertainment industry, right? You got to be like Wayne Brady, right? You got to identify as pansexual like Wayne Brady. Now, this is ridiculous. Since when did the black community get into all this extra stuff? Not even the Transformers in the black community talk about stuff like this. This is really random. Pansexual, huh? My man, you just gay? Is that what it is? You just gay? I mean, come on, man. What are we talking about? So yeah, I can't say I'm surprised, and I don't know what it is. I feel like Hollywood kind of makes you do stuff like that. I think he put out a video, dancing with a pride flag, all kind of just weird stuff for no reason, for no reason at all. Let me see if I can. Oh, here it is. Watch this. This is a TikTok of him. It's not explicit, but it's just really cringe. I'm gonna turn the music down, but you can see kind of what's going on. All right, he's washing dishes and he has a robe on. He's dancing, and then we got little kids in the picture for some reason, which is something that they like to do in Hollywood. Okay, then somebody's in the background dancing with a pride flag. Then there's pride colors on the wall. Then you got him with a flower shirt and a crazy lace front wig with the lace inside out. So he's like leaning into the whole LGBTQ element of P thing. It's like, my man, ain't you like 50 years old? How old are you coming out like this? Wait a minute. How old is Wayne Brady? He's 51 years old. It's like, my man, you about to be a pawpaw. You got kids. You'd have been married twice to women. All right, like, what are we even doing? It's so weird. It's so random. It's so random. And I feel like people just get pressured into it just for financial purposes. I don't know. Is it a parody? Not at all. Not at all. He's dead serious. Dead serious. Nah, he says he's pansexual. For real, for real. He's like, yo, I'll swing at anything that come across the plate. It's whatever. I'm going to just take a swing. Knuckleball, fastball, it don't matter. I'm gonna swing at it. All right. 51 years old, married twice, got a daughter, whatever, man. People are just so strange. Just like your man that from Mr. Beast abandoned his family to become transgender. It's like, yay, abandoning your family. Great. Anyway, if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. You know what? Back in my day, when guys were gay, they were just gay. And it was it. But now, everybody got to have some kind of special orientation to make themselves feel unique and special. That's what's going on. All right? Why not just be you? Why not just be regular? Nah, you got to be irregular. You got to be an irregular and go about things that way. All right? But let's keep on rocking and rolling here. Where are we going to go to next? Oh, 7-Eleven. Now, you guys, I covered this story about 7-Eleven, right? I have an update on that. But first, let's go back a little bit. And YouTube age-gated my video anyway. I was trying to not have any other fight in there. Nah, they ain't age-gate that one. They age-gated my video about the Alabama boat brawl. The boat side beatdown, they age-gated that one. Although I was trying my best to not have any kind of fights or whatever in there, they still gave it an age gate. We'll get to that in a minute, but let's get to the 7-Eleven kerfuffle first. Then we're going to keep on rocking and rolling. All right, let me see. Let's see here. Let me find can I find the video or nah? All right, yeah, let's do it this way. Okay, can we get some sound? That'd be great. And then we're going to keep on going here. All righty, perfect. And perfect, there we go. All right, so here's the original video, or some of it. So this is in Stockton, California. This guy right here, here's the background. This guy came into the same store and robbed it 3 times within a 24-hour period. And when I say he robbed it, he insinuated he had a gun and was able to leave with items 2 or 3 times. The first time he took cigarettes, then he took some food, but each time he was like, I got a gun. So if you say you have a gun, it doesn't matter if you have one or not. If you say you have one and then take things by force, isn't that called armed robbery? You guys who are officers, lawyers, anybody who knows about the law, y'all let me know in the comments. But within a 24-hour period, 3 times he comes to the store. So obviously, when they're calling the police, they're doing nothing. So on the 3rd time, okay, you're not going to keep coming in here, tearing my store up, taking whatever you want to take with no consequence. Now it's going to be a penalty.
Man, don't do that. Don't do that, man. Don't do that.
So what they're doing right here, and pardon the freeze frame, I ain't trying to have you see my man's crack or nothing like that. But what they're doing right here, I was reading the comments, and they said if these guys are from India or Pakistan or somewhere like that, they say this is very common in the street. What they do is if you're a thief out there and they're part of the world, part of their punishment is they get you with a stick and beat you. That's just what they do out there. So they're taking what they do in their country over here. So that's just what it is. It's not about race or nothing like that because the guy happens to be black and they're not black. These guys, I think at least my man with the turban is a Sikh, and maybe the other guy is as well. I'm not quite sure. But obviously these guys are from the Indian subcontinent, and this guy's over here stealing. They're beating them with the stick, right? It's like, look, this is your 3rd time in 24 hours, no more.
It's okay. Okay, brother. Okay. Ah!
So that happened. Now, there's a longer video. Of course, I have that on my website if you guys want to see it. But that's what they do over there. And if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. But that's what I'm wrong. Raider Gang says, or cut their hand off. I've heard about that as well in some parts of that particular part of the world. All right. And let me see. Let me read some of this right here. Hold on. Somebody says the Alabama Brawl story isn't one to be told in Mitt's integrated company. Like, come on, man. Like, let's stop playing. If it's not meant to be told in integrated company, then why was it a parody where black and white neighbors reenacted it? Stop playing, man. Anyway, I'm going to keep on going. So, as a result of that video, the initial response was there was an investigation into not only the thief, but also the store owners and or employees, whatever they were, for beating the guy with the stick. Let's check out the news clip right here.
In Stockton, we have now learned the store clerks seen on a video beating a man who was trying to steal from their store are now under investigation for assault. So here's how it all started. The video shows this man going into a 7-Eleven in Stockton and emptying shelves of cigarettes into that large trash can. The video then shows the 2 clerks try to stop him before hitting him with a stick more than 24 times. The store clerks now say this man stole from their store 2 other times and threatened them. Stockton police say they are investigating the man who was beaten for robbery and the clerks for assault. When the investigation is complete, it will be sent to the San Joaquin County District Attorney for review. Then it's going to be up to the DA to determine what charges, if any, are filed against the store clerks.
So that was an update right there. They were playing that video a little bit too long. They're trying to get my video age gated, but it don't really matter for a live stream. Anyway, so let's check it out right here. Here's an update. Shout out to Ian Miles Sean for posting this. The update says Stockton Mayor Kevin Lincoln, who happens to be a black guy, Stockton Mayor Kevin Lincoln announces that the Sikh 7-Eleven store clerk seen in the viral video dispensing justice to a shoplifter are not being charged or investigated. Quote, any investigation going forward is to hold accountable the individual who threatened and attempted to rob the store clerks. All right. So we got an official statement right here. Let me just try to get it on the screen by itself. Y'all give me a second to tighten myself up, and let's keep on going here. There we go. Let's get it on the screen. And it says, the events surrounding the viral video from the 7-Eleven on Center Street are under active investigation by Stockton PD. Once completed, Stockton PD will forward the case to the San Joaquin County District Attorney's Office. The district attorney's office is the agency that charges individuals concerning crimes alleged. In a statement released by the district attorney's office today, DA Freitas expressed that the store clerks are not and have never been suspects of the DA's office, and any investigation going forward is to hold accountable the individual who threatened and attempted to rob the store clerks. California state law Proposition 47 hinders businesses daily by increasing shoplifting incidents and decreasing our law enforcement's ability to hold accountable those responsible for such acts. These kinds of California state laws continue to impact communities. We will continue to monitor this incident through the judicial process. So that was pretty interesting. So they're saying Prop 47 is a problem. So that was kind of a political statement, but a good one, because it's like, hey, we can't have these people just come into our community and terrorize it because of these laws on the state level. So we're not going to investigate the store clerks. They're not even really the problem. The problem is the criminal coming in there, taking whatever they want to take. So yeah, shout out to Kevin Lincoln. Shout out to, that is the appropriate thing to do. And it's California. Sometimes you're going to expect that you're not going to get justice. You're going to expect that things are not going to go your way, but they did. So shout out to him all day long. Alrighty. And if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. And that is the mayor right there. Shout out to Mayor Kevin J. Lincoln out there in Stockton, California. All right. So it might be a little bit of hope for California left after all. I hope, because you guys got some issues over there. You got some really big issues over in California. Now, speaking about brawls and incidents and whatnot. Oh, before we get to the main thing, the Alabama boat brawl, I want to speak briefly about your man. What's my man's name? Tory Lanez. You guys might not know about that. Tory Lanez is a singer, rapper who got sentenced to 10 years in the penitentiary for shooting Megan Thee Stallion. This is a pretty interesting story. It's been going on for the past 3 years. It's been a lot of people that said he didn't do it. He's innocent, all kind of stuff. I think that he did. And what happened, that the main thing that he did, this is a lesson to anybody that's a lawful gun owner. If you, 10 years in the penitentiary for Tory Lanez. If you have a weapon, do not operate said weapon while you're drunk. Tory Lanez admitted that he was drunk operating the weapon. You don't want to do that. That is a big time no-no. That right there in itself is illegal. I think what happened is that there was an argument. Hold on. Let's get it on the screen first. Then I'm going to give you my opinion about what happened. All right. Let me just put it on the screen. Then we're going to get into my opinion. Okay. Let's not have all the music.
Tory Lanez has been sentenced to 10 years in prison for shooting Megan Thee Stallion in the foot.
Not only did the defendant do the heinous act of shooting her, he then subjected her to 2.5 years of hell.
There go your man Gascon over there. Pretty interesting, showing his face. He got some kind of audacity. He got the unmitigated gall to show his face concerning what he's doing in LA right now, but I digress.
He called her a liar. He intimidated her.
Judge David Hereford handed the sentence down to the 30-year-old rapper whose legal name is Daystar Peterson during a hearing in Los Angeles Superior Court pushed back by delays. In December 2022, a jury found Peterson guilty of carrying a loaded and unregistered firearm in a vehicle, assault with a semi-automatic handgun, and discharging a firearm with gross negligence. Lanez was accused of shooting Grammy-winning rapper Meg Thee Stallion, injuring her in her feet after a pool party at Kylie Jenner's Hollywood Hills house in July 2020.
The fact that Miss Pete is a successful entertainer has brought the spotlight on the important issue of violence against women.
Whatever, man. I'm not trying to hear a word this guy says. George Gascon has got to be the worst DA in the country. If he's not, he's at the very top. He's at the very top of the worst people in the whole country as far as being a DA. He's terrible. He's terrible. You got to pretty much, I don't know. It's like if you're a celebrity, you might get some justice maybe, but if you're a regular normie, you could get murdered right there in the middle of rodeo and nothing to happen.
There are many people in our community that endure acts of violence every day from people close to them and feel reluctant to come forward when this happens. I hope that Ms. Pete's bravery gives hope to those that feel helpless.
According to CBS News, Lanez's defense might pursue an appeal and attempt to secure bail pending a new trial.
All right, so that's the main thing right there. And you guys talking about Megan Thee Stallion, I do see her. I got eyes. Megan Thee Stallion, she's something else. I mean, good night. I mean, Gloria Velez might be up there too, but she's like 5'10", 5'11". I mean, just right on it. Anyway, I digress. So here's what I think happened in the whole situation. I think Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez, and someone else might have been in kind of a romantic triangle. And then you have Kylie Jenner. She was involved. They went to a party. He is, acting up, acting the fool, acting drunk. She don't like what's going on. They're getting into an argument. Now, he produces a weapon some kind of way. He's drunk. And as the argument ensues, she gets out of the vehicle. He decides to get the weapon while drunk and shoot in her direction. He allegedly said, "Dance, B-word," and then he most likely shot at her. Probably not trying to hit her, but shooting at her feet to make her kind of like move out the way. But see, what happened was that her foot got grazed, so she got shot. And now he's going to the penitentiary 10 years. Deserves it. I don't think he was trying to actually shoot her and hurt her or kill her. But if you're drunk handling the firearm, that's offense number one. Number two, is that even the gun you bought legally? Where'd you get that gun? There might be a gun charge right there. Number two. Number three, you don't shoot at anybody you don't plan on actually putting down. If you shoot at somebody, you got to try to kill them, or at least end the threat. You don't shoot at somebody for fun. That's not how we handle guns at all. Nah, we're not doing that. You're not going to shoot at somebody. Like the word shoot, you don't shoot at someone for fun. You don't do that. So this guy's going to the penitentiary for at least 10 years, and he deserves it based upon the evidence that we see. 100%, all day long. There was all kind of stories about what happened, all this, that, and the third. I think there probably was an argument. They probably were going back and forth. Everybody probably was drunk. But if you pick up the weapon and you shoot it, you are responsible for what happens next, period. You're responsible. You shooting in the air, New Year's Eve, and the bullet comes down and hits somebody, you're responsible for that. You didn't mean to do it, but you shot it. It's your responsibility. The bullet comes out of the gun, you shot it, you're responsible. All day long, period, point blank. So, yeah, exactly. So, simulation, you want to go shoot for fun, go to the range. Don't shoot at people. Yeah, 10 years, definitely, because there was a lot there. I think there might have been a few things. The gun probably was illegal. That's a gun charge right there. And then on top of that, you have being drunk while operating the pistol. That's another charge. And then shooting her, you got 3 charges right there. Now, if we could get Gascon to actually lock up people that do things like this who are not celebrities, okay, you got to get murdered right there, broad daylight on rodeo with every rapper in the world watching for there to be any kind of justice. If you're a regular normie and you get your top knocked off in Los Angeles, good luck to you, because Gascon won't do a thing for you. He won't do a thing. That guy is terrible. He really is. All right. But if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. All right. Hold on. Somebody says I'm using the same lie as Candace Jamal Owens. I don't know what you're talking about, Roy Benson. There's always somebody with an anonymous avatar. I can't see their face. What am I lying about? Now, this is my opinion about what Tory Lanez did. This is all my opinion. You can't lie about an opinion. But I think that's what happened. If I lied about anything, y'all please tell me what I lied about. I'd love to hear it. All right. But that's what it is. Duel says, who's a better singer, Tory Lanez and Neo? Neo, of course. Tory Lanez is like, he's a singer, like, he's a functional singer, but Neo is an actual real singer. Tory Lanez can sing well enough to put out album music, but Neo can go sing a national anthem in an arena and sound amazing without having any kind of modifications, auto-tunes, or anything like that. All right. So, yeah, Tory does not. Have you ever heard Tory Lanez sing a national anthem? I don't think so. Let me see if I can find one. I don't think he's ever done that before. I don't see any videos of him singing a national anthem at all. He is a rapper that can sing well enough to get auto-tuned in the studio. All right. Now, if I search Neo national anthem, I got multiple videos right here. Look at this. Okay. Look at it right there. 7 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 1 year ago. I mean, come on.
Welcome back to Detroit as we
like in the NFL halftime game. Are we really trying to compare Neo to Tory Lanez to Neo? Really? That's like trying to compare Future to Luther Vandross. That's like, for real? Come on, man. Like, do you guys not know music at all? Anyway, hold on.
The bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does.
So come on, let's stop playing games. Tory Lanez can never. Tory Lanez he could do auto-tune in the studio, but beyond that, nah, he's a rapper that can carry a note. That's pretty much it. So I digress. Shout out to free bands. All right. But if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. All right. Oh, before I get to the Alabama boat brawl, matter of fact, I'm gonna get to it right now because I've been kind of belaboring the point. Let me go ahead and get to the Alabama boat brawl. Now, this shouldn't have really been racially charged, but it was, of course, because we're in America. Everything's racially charged, unfortunately. I don't think normies live like this every day where everything's about race. Look, where I live in Tennessee, we got black, white, everybody. We got Indians from India. We got Hispanics. We got everything here. And people get along. It's not like a big thing. You go to some of these family restaurants, you got black folks, white folks, Asians, Mexicans, whatever. Everybody's in one place and everybody's chilling. It's not this big racial tension. But then when you go online, it's like racial lines are drawn. You see what I'm saying? It's really a weird thing. It's almost like high school, where you sitting at racially segregated tables. It kind of reminds me of that. Although when you're in class, it's not quite that way. I don't know. It's really weird. I think Americans have lived too much apart from each other. And sometimes we kind of default back to that. Although that really shouldn't be the case at all. We should kind of get along a little bit more. Because if you're an American, we are more similar than dissimilar. The lack of similarity comes from foreigners to America rather than Americans to Americans. Are there differences when you're talking about culture in America? Yes. But the differences are as pronounced as it would be dealing with a different country, in my humble opinion. All right. So let's get into it. We got to show some things from the Alabama boat brawl. Let me see if I can find that right quick. I got an update from it. I got a few things going on. But we know what the general gist of it was. there was some guys, some white guys with a pontoon boat, and they docked it right where a larger boat would normally dock. And that was a problem. They were docked in the wrong place, and a dock worker had to move their pontoon boat. So what they did was they unmoored it, meaning they untied it from the dock to push it out the way so the larger boat with people on it, like a dinner boat, so they could dock. Right where the dock was, it was a big walkway that'll bring them back to the shore, to the boardwalk or whatever right there on the river. All right. Now, the people that owned the boat didn't like it, and then the guy wound up getting jumped as a result. Okay, we got some videos right here I'm going to queue up for you guys right fast. And this has become kind of a sensational thing. It's all kind of it's everything going on. You got people making remixes. You got a lot happening. Now, let me get all my videos organized the way I like, and then we're going to keep on rocking here. All right. Let's go ahead and get to it. I had one video played that I had queued up that somebody wound up blocking me. It's like, man, don't block me. Don't be so petty like that. That's so childish. I was trying to play one video, then the guy blocked me before. It's like, man, don't be so childish. Okay, I'm gonna find it on YouTube right quick because that's a pretty important one. I love it, my boat. I gotta show you guys how the whole thing started.
Back here now, the mayor.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna just play this video. Let's do it this way because I don't got time.
Mayor of Montgomery, Alabama, is promising justice after an ugly brawl at the city's riverfront park. Video of the incident appears to show that a group of boaters had docked in a spot reserved for a riverboat. And when a crew member tried to move their boat, things turned physical, others jumping in to help. Here's ABC's Steve Osunsami.
The fight that broke out here in Montgomery, Alabama is being...
So you see what's happening right here, right? You got the dock worker on the ground getting jumped by the owners of the pontoon boat. He's getting jumped, literally, and all he did was just move it out the way because they were not supposed to be right here. See this dock area? This is reserved for the larger dinner boat. You got a full boat, and they need to dock right here so everybody can get off the boat and get back up on the shore.
Celebrated tonight all over the internet for the way police responded.
You see the walkway right here? So the boat's going to dock right there, and people are going to get off and get on this walkway and go back up on shore. But there was a black pontoon boat right here, so the dock worker had to unmoor it, untie it, and move it out the way. That's all. And the people that owned the boat didn't like it, and they went ahead and jumped him. So then when he starts getting jumped, takes his head off, throws it in the air, hey, please come help, and then he got some help.
And for the way that black eyewitnesses came to this dock worker's rescue.
Those guys.
See, so the boat is not right there. That's a different boat. The pontoon boat is right here. You see the dock worker trying to get it out the way. He's being recorded from the boat and needs to dock. You see?
Parked there. We're told not to leave it there, and they left it there.
Witnesses say it started.
You guys are funny. Somebody say you're drinking Bud Light. The people that were jumping them drinking Bud Light, yeah, all day long. They got that liquid courage from about 84 cans of Bud Light each, and then they went ahead and jumped this man, and then they got jumped back.
When this crew member in the white uniform tried moving a boat that the owners had parked in this spot.
So you see how the walkway is? It's a big walkway for a large crowd. It goes up, and then they go right back up on the shore up here. That's the whole point, and they're right in the way.
He was trying to make room for a riverboat that was on the way in. That's when a shirtless man came to confront the dock worker, and then his friends came out, and then one of them got violent, beating the crew member.
So here go the hat.
In second,
they ain't show the hat throw, but he threw the hat up just to give a signal, like, please help.
There were several people outnumbering him, and this woman even seen kicking him while he was down.
When the first punches were thrown, you just felt so helpless for that man. Like, there's 5 or 6 of them on him.
But all of a sudden, black eyewitnesses who were watching decided it was time to help the man who was being beaten, running, even swimming up to the scene.
Now, yes, my man right here, young man, Aquaman, swam to the shore. This young man right here, he was on the dinner boat as part of the staff. So you saw the some of the recordings from kind of across the river, they were in that boat, and that's where he was as well. So he got off of that boat, hopped in the water, and swam across to help his man in the fight. Okay, and to be fair, the dock worker was getting jumped by mostly whites, but there was at least 2 whites that tried to come to his defense. I think it was a lady in the red trying to break it up, and then it was a young man with a life jacket on, probably his coworker, that came to help, but one of the white guys punched him off, right? Just to be 100% transparent in what happened.
Beating back on the people who attacked the man. Police came in minutes and, according to Montgomery's mayor, detained several reckless individuals for attacking a man who was doing his job.
Police say they have 4 active warrants out so far.
Scuba Gooding Jr. is hilarious. Scuba Gooding Jr. That's crazy.
And that there could be more once they finish looking at this videotape. They also say that the fighting, and they mean all of the fighting, was intolerable. Mary?
Yeah, hard to watch. Steve, thank you.
Now, we got more video, of course. That's just the initial video about what happened. But we have more because there was a bunch of WWE moments. We got chairs throwing. We got all kind of stuff happening, all right? We got a little bit of everything going on. And we also have an update on the whole situation. And, of course, we have a parody that, to me, is the best thing of the whole situation. The parody to me was the coup de grace. That really, to me, showed how we're not some kind of just awful racist society, that we could just see a thing like that and not have it be some kind of racial just kerfuffle, right? Now, let me go ahead and show some of the video here. All right, I can't show too much because they might try to block me here. Here's different angle of the initial fight. Right, you see what's going on, and then he's getting jumped, and then black guy comes in, try to help. Hold on, let's go back a little bit.
Somebody help him! Help him!
Now, if you can hear the voices, you got black folks, white folks, everybody saying help him. Here comes black guy. Let's break it up. My man was literally getting jumped by quite a few people. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 people jumping them. Go! Yeah, shout out Fair Use. Shout out Greg Adams. Shout out to you, Indy. Fair Use.
Help him!
Now, I can't fair use it because they're saying I'm showing violence, right? So I can't show the violence too much. That's the problem. It ain't the fair use. So he's at this point, it's kind of broken up, but at the same time, you just got jumped by a bunch of people. You're not liking that too much. So he's upset. You see him, he's upset. He don't like the fact that he just got jumped for doing his job. And he's rightfully upset because he literally was doing his job. I was reading that he is a city employed dock worker. His job is to make sure the dock is clear so the boat can dock that's supposed to be there. That is his job. It's very simple. And he was trying to explain to the people like, hey, y'all guys got to move your pontoon because we got this dinner boat about to dock. You guys are in the way, and they just weren't trying to hear him. I think these guys were drunk, acting the fool, and decided to just jump this guy because they were upset about their boat being unmoored. And you know what? The best thing about it is that nobody got shot. That is the best thing. A good old-fashioned fight. Nobody got shot or, from what I hear, seriously injured. Because nowadays, people just want to shoot you and just kill you and hurt you really bad. But back in the day, we don't like that. You could fight and afterwards shake hands and move on. And the crew worker definitely is an older guy, probably like in his 40s, 50s, probably in his 50s, getting jumped like that. That's not an easy thing to do, to get jumped by 6 people 50 years old. Yeah, that's not what you want to have happen to you. So let's go ahead a little bit. So now we got back up. We got the crew. We got Aquaman right here in the khakis, in the brown khaki pants. We got Aquaman, Scuba Gooding Jr. All right, we got him on deck. Somebody said, ridiculous take, ABL. That's a mob beating. Man, like, I mean, for real, at a certain point, you got to get out of your feelings, man. Like, what you want me to say? I just said he got jumped by a bunch of people. Like, what you want me to say? Oh, it was a mob beating. You should get the death penalty. It's like, man, stop. Come on, man. Like, please stop. Like, they got their what they call, they got their lick back. They got their revenge. They were able to fight back. Okay. He gets jumped. They fight them back. We got chair shots, all that kind of stuff, and nobody died. Please stop. Get out of your feelings. Stop crying so much, man. Do you want a binky or something for your feelings? Good Lord.
There you go.
Wow, man. So Scuba Gooding Jr. scooped my man, slammed him on the ground. You know what? Hey, I don't advocate violence, but I think we need more actual wrestling and hand to hand, and not so much. I'm gonna kill you right away. I'm gonna shoot you right away because you stepped on my shoe. I done seen guys get murdered. I done seen guys literally get shot and killed for less. For real. I know guys that have been shot. I personally know guys that have been shot for less. You talking about girl? Boom, boom, boom. I've seen it with my own two eyes. All right, so we got some more. Hold on, let me go find some chair shots right quick. And y'all give me a second. Let me just organize myself. There we go. Hold on. If I can find it.
Now come about that. Now
There we go. So, there we go. My man trying to gouge his eyes out. It's like, sir, you're gonna do a little bit too much. We got Unc with the white pants and the black and white stripe with the white. It's like, look, man, I got on my Sunday's best. You over here trying to fight. That's not what we do. So we got like a little bit of a melee going on. There were some chair shots. If I could find it, for some reason I can't find the chair shots. But let's skip ahead a little bit because I don't want to keep showing the same old thing. Here is the best part of the whole thing. The best part was the reenactment by the black and the white neighbors. That was my favorite thing because it just shows how all this racial tension, a lot of it is not really real. It's just kind of an internet thing. But in reality, people are able to get along better than what you think. So we got the Scuba Gooding Jr. I can't get over that one. That was a good one. We got the reenactment of him swimming across. Then we got the chair reenactment, of course. And nobody got hurt in this reenactment. You just got black neighbors, white neighbors having a good old time. Having a good old time. That's what it's all about. So yeah, that was best part to me, to show how we can get along and it's not this big, everything's so serious, everything's so racial. That was my favorite part, personally. All right. Because on the internet, it became like a race war. Okay, blacks against whites and whites against blacks and all kind of statistics thrown around. But in reality, it's not quite that way. Once you back away from the computer, it's not quite that way, in my humble opinion. All right. So shout out to them out there for having the reenactment, black neighbors, white neighbors, getting along and having a good time. That was my favorite part. I ain't really like all the violence and all that. That wasn't really what I was into. I ain't really find a lot of pleasure in that necessarily. I like that nobody died and it was just, you know, a good old, I've seen a good fight here and there. All right. I like a good fight every now and again. We like fights as Americans. We like boxing. We watch. That's a whole sport in America. You can watch a sport right now. You can see somebody get in the ring with a pair of gloves on and punch somebody in the face so they fall on the ground and get knocked out. If he gets knocked out, he wins. You see MMA, same thing. If I choke you to death, not to death. If I choke you till you submit, I knock you out. Whatever it is, I win. We got sports based on fighting. You can fight in hockey. It's all good. You put the your sticks down and put your dukes up. Y'all fight for a minute and y'all go right back to it. It's okay. We could do that as long as nobody gets seriously injured and nobody gets shot, killed, or whatever. I don't think it's really that bad, personally. But I don't really take pleasure in just senseless violence, to be totally clear. Now, as we skip ahead a little bit, yeah, UFC, MMA, boxing, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, all that kind of stuff, all right? You got hockey, fighting. You could fight in baseball a little bit, rushing the mound. These are things that we just normally do. WWE, of course, although that's not really real. At a certain point, it is real. People really do get injured in that particular entertainment. But anyway, so that's what it is. Now, we have a list of people that got arrested. So let's check it out. So the captain of the riverboat remained away from the dock for 40 to 45 minutes because the private boat was blocking. The owners of the boat confronted the co-captain of the riverboat. So the guy that got off the boat was a co-captain. I thought it was a city dock worker. That's how he was identified first by the media out there. But he was the boat's co-captain. The guy that had on the white shirt and threw his hat, he was the riverboat's co-captain. They were obscene and aggressive. He was doing his job. 13 people were detained, but were ultimately released. Richard Roberts, 48, white male, warrant for assault, third. Alan Todd, white male, one warrant pending. Zachary Shipman, 25, white male, one warrant pending. Misdemeanor charges, all the warrants are for the owners of the private boat. One's in custody, two are set to turn themselves in. Reggie Gray, the man building the folding chair, is being asked to contact the police department because he got off a few good chair shots, a few WWF, WWE, WCW, NWO chair shots. So that might be a little bit of an issue. And it's ongoing investigation, right? That's the key things from the press conference after the whole situation. All right. So that's what it is. All right. Does NASCAR also have it? Fighting in NASCAR? Yeah. As long as nobody gets hurt, somebody said somebody could have died, shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? If was the fifth, we all be drunk, but we not. So it is what it is. But if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. But yeah, I like me a good old fashioned barn burner where nobody gets seriously injured. It's not really no big deal, personally, right? It's all right. I think if we resolve more conflicts like that, rather than going straight to the pistol and trying to kill each other, we'd be much better off as a nation. Because human beings at a certain point do fight. We have conflicts. But there are better ways to resolve our problems than going straight for the firearm and blowing each other away. Now, sometimes you need that firearm, sometimes, but not all the time. Sometimes, if both parties can agree to just put up the fists and fight, you better off. But what do I know? I'm just a guy on the internet talking. All right. But we got a little bit more to get to. I want to talk about your main man, Joe Biden. Joe Biden. This guy did an interview on the Weather Channel. I thought it was pretty interesting how he was able to get handsy with the young lady, get a little handsy. Now, some said it wasn't really a big deal. He didn't really get handsy. Now, I was reading the comments and somebody was like, well, my coworker got fired for doing something like that. Check it out. If you have a roach right on your forehead, like let's say it's me, right? And I'm Joe Biden and I'm doing an interview with the Weather Channel and I'm speaking to a female meteorologist / reporter about whatever. Okay. She could have the biggest roach in the world right in the center of her forehead. I'd be like, hey, you got something right there. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. In today's day and age, me too, he touched me, all this, that, and the third is going to be a problem. If that was Donald Trump and he did anything like that, if there was a bug on somebody's chest and he wiped it off, sexual assault, he did something to me. Look, they're saying that Trump got found liable for sexual battery or something like that for E.G. Carroll. They didn't say he actually did it. They were saying it's some kind of civil, like, what does that even mean? Nothing, but they said it. Right? Now, and Joe Biden has a history. Joe Biden always is touchy-feely, sniffing, doing the most, sniffing on babies, little kids, women, touching them inappropriately. He always does this. So why would anybody give him a pass? Oh, don't worry about it, ABL. It's not really a big deal. So the other 45 times where he did it in the past 6 months, there's no pattern. We're not going to observe the pattern that he does, whatever. So let's check it out right quick.
Are you prepared to declare a national emergency with respect to climate change?
I've already done that. We've conserved more land. We've we've rejoined the Paris Climate Accord. We've passed a $368 billion climate control facility. We're moving. It is the existential threat to humanity.
So you've already declared that national emergency?
Well, in the practice, you got a bug on it.
So, you know what? I'm not doing that because you're right in the upper chest area. It's a little bit too close. The breast right there. Nope. I'm not doing that. And if I was a president, if I was Donald Trump, I most certainly wouldn't be doing that. Hey, you got something right there. I'm going to get that off. I'll point it out to you, but I'm not going to touch you. No. In days past, this wouldn't be no big deal. Hey, you got something on your forehead. You just got something in your shoulder. I knock it off for you. But today, 2023, nope. I'm sure I'm not going to do it. Look, you got guys getting put on the internet and they try to cancel them over looking at someone in the gym, a brief glance, looking at somebody in the gym. He's a creep. What? You have on lingerie in the gym, ma'am. I can see everything. I'm going to look. Like, you might as well be in here with no clothes on. And I'm the bad guy for looking. I didn't say a word. I just looked at you. And now I'm being canceled. I'm not touching you at all. It's just like with the gym, some of them gym videos where young ladies struggling. It's like, well, I mean, I would help, but I mean, I'm not trying to do I have your consent to help you not have this bar crush you in your head on the ground? Do I have your consent? If I don't, I can't do nothing for you.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate it. So you've already declared that national emergency.
Practically speaking, yes.
Yeah, no, I ain't doing that. I'm not doing that. But if you're Joe Biden, you can do whatever you want to do. You can sniff a little kids and it's fine. It's all good. All right. Now, let's see some more from this whole situation. Oh, here's one. Here's one thing. They're talking about the Texas bill. And if you guys have any insight, y'all let me know in the comments.
You just announced measures to protect workers from dangerous heat. What do you say to states like Texas that just passed a law to strip the ability of local authorities to mandate water breaks for their workers?
I think it's cruel. I think it's outrageous. I think it's consistent with what the governor down there is doing.
Now, I mean, is that cruel? Because just because there's no mandated water breaks, I mean, are you not allowed to drink water? Are you not allowed to have water? I don't really understand. What is a water break? What does that really mean? Can you not drink water in Texas? How are you going to be able to work in Texas heat and not drink water? I think they're just trying to sensationalize things because it's what they do. They always do that. They'll say a certain thing just to be able to get you kind of upset and triggered about it. All right. They get you upset and triggered about it. But there's more. Let me see if I can. Oh, yeah. Talking about dealing with climate change with the military.
How is
Let's play this right quick.
the U.S. preparing the military?
Well, we're preparing the military by trying to deal with the climate stuff. For example, many of the bases that have flooded, many of these massive floods, they've flooded out military bases in the Midwest and the South. That has a profound impact on readiness.
Now, look, okay, here's my question. They are having an interview. This is Weather Channel, right? And she is a meteorologist. Now, why are they having an interview outside in Arizona in August? You know how that is out there? It's like they're trying to make you, they're trying to put you in the mind of heat, of hot. So you think that climate change, global warming is a real thing. Meanwhile, guess what? You're in the desert in August, in the summertime. Yeah, it's going to be hot. Of course, like, how is it not going to be hot in the desert in August? Like, come on, this is so dumb. You're in a dry environment. It looks like it's dry. It looks hot because it is hot because you're in the desert. It's so dumb. But they got to push that whole thing some kind of way.
That has a profound impact on readiness. And so what we have to do is change the way in which we generate energy. And that's the whole of it. And the military is doing their part.
How is the U.S. preparing the military?
Well, we're preparing the military by trying to deal with the climate stuff.
So, yeah, that's what's going on with your man, Creepy Joe, Creepy Sleepy. And there's more to that particular interview. You can see that through my article, through my video in the description box on the website. Also, just go to the YouTube page. It'll be right there for you guys and your viewing pleasure or displeasure, whichever you want to say. But that'll be pretty much it for those videos. And if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Also, this is an audio podcast listening to as well. It'll be available on your favorite audio streaming platform, whether that be Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, Anchor, Apple iTunes, etc. Link for that will be in the description, or just go to your favorite audio streaming platform and search ABL Live. I should pop right on up. All right, we got super chats on deck. Then I'm gonna get to the calls. The number to call is 434-658-1220. Again, 434-658-1220. I got to all my videos. Let me see if I did right quick. Y'all hang tight for me. That'll help me out tremendously. I believe I did get to everything I wanted to get to video-wise. And right after that, we're going to get to the supers. Oh, yeah, one more thing. One more quick little story. Not even the full thing. I'm going to just read the headline briefly and get right back to the supers. Lizzo, your favorite entertainer's favorite entertainer. Okay, plus size lady, big lady, whatever. This is from New York Post. Quote, fired when they got fat. Lizzo faces accusations from 3 more dancers. So if you guys, you may or may not know, some of her former dancers are accusing her of mistreatment and sexual harassment, things of that nature. And her dancers are all fat. And I'm not saying that in a derogatory way. That's like the whole point. The name of her company she has, or the talent group she has, is called Big Girl Big Touring. Okay, the name her actual Instagram handle is Lizzo Be Eating, like eating food. Lizzo, her name, B as in I'm doing this or I do this. Lizzo Be Eating. That's her Instagram name. So her whole brand is about being big, being fat. And the dancers is the same way. But if you get too big, you're going to get fired. It's like, I don't really understand. You got to be fat enough to look like you're fat. But if you get to be too fat, you're not going to be able to do these dances the way you should be doing the dances. So you're going to get fired. So when your fatness becomes a hindrance to your performance, then you're going to get fired. So isn't that a form of body shaming? The same way, like, hey, if you're 1,000 pounds trying to get on the airplane, you're going to need to get 2 seats. It's the same thing, but she was really against that kind of thing. But she does the exact same thing to her own people, allegedly. Allegedly. These are all allegations, but I don't think that they're lying. I don't think so. But that's just my humble opinion, and I will, the smell is crazy. Don't even worry about it. The smell is crucial. The smell, I mean, good night. Don't even worry about it. You're talking about auto body shop. But anyway, I digress. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. Super chats on deck. Then we're going to get to the calls. Thank you to Jolu42, who says, I wanted to say I remember watching your channel back in 2015. Wow, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Or so, and I just came back and happy to see the growth since then. Amazing, bro. Glad I found you again. Thank you for that. I really appreciate you, Jolu42. Thank you for being here through the long haul. 2015. That was a lifetime ago for me. Thank you to Matthew Richardson, who says the gas is real, but the red truck has never worked a real job in his life. Thank you to Planet Fatness, who says the red truck has never seen a dirt road. Never, ever. Mall crawler at best. Thank you to Jamie, who says, what's your opinion on former Minneapolis police officer Tu Tao's testimony sentencing? I don't think he apologized either. Thoughts? I did not hear his testimony. I saw he got sentenced, but I didn't hear his testimony, so I don't know too much about that. I had to look into it. Thank you for your question. Thank you to Daryl Alexander, who says, that was biblical beatdown. It sure was. Thank you to Lancelot, who says, shout out to ABL. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you. Thank you to Michael Critchlow, who says, whenever you mention Obama's father, you refer to the Kenyan Obama Sr., when a lot of people consider Frank Marshall Davis to be his biological father. Are you familiar with this theory from Dreams from My Real Father? I've heard about Frank Marshall Davis. I've also heard about another guy, some Indonesian guy. I've heard about at least two different guys aside from Obama Sr. So I don't know who the actual father is. Okay, I see similarities in Frank Marshall Davis and the Indonesian guy and also Obama Sr. But I don't really know. I have no way of knowing. Thank you for your super chat. Thank you to Monique Price for your super chat emoji. I appreciate you 100%. Alrighty, we got calls on deck. The number to call, 434-658-1220. Again, 434-658-1220. Do not be afraid to call. It is all good. Let's go ahead and get it rocking and rolling. All right. Planet Thickness is funny. All right. So let's go ahead and keep on rolling. Yeah. Barry was raised by Lolo Sotoro back when he was in Indonesia. It's a lot of these people that grow up in foreign countries, then come over here and say, I'm an African American. How does that really work? All right, Matt, what's going on?
Anthony, what's good, man?
It's all good. Can't complain.
Dude, that Neo changed his mind faster than Vivek. He changed his mind on the trans stuff, and Vivek took a couple months, and you're dogging on my man, Vivek.
Vivek did not change his mind. Vivek always thought that way, and then just happened to, because it's too detailed. He went into talking about how, it's useless. It was based on somebody had a gun in their head, all this and that, and the third. And he didn't go into detail in the original Juneteenth video. He made the video, said happy Juneteenth, and then he did a total 180 talking about how it sucks and it's whack and everything else. He didn't change his mind. He just decided to reveal the actual truth. And then, but the thing about the
Juneteenth video was canned too, right?
The thing about Vivek is that I already knew that he's that kind of person that'll say pretty much whatever. I already knew that, and it was just that when I saw that, it was like, there it is. But I didn't say anything until I got confirmation. But that right there did it.
I think it's okay to change your mind. And I think that the Vivek video on Juneteenth was kind of a canned video in the same way that tweet from Neo on supporting trans was a canned tweet. I doubt.
But see, the difference is that there was just a written statement with a graphic, and it was not him speaking, and he put it on Twitter. But with Vivek, it was him talking on Juneteenth. It was him. And then he was talking all these nice and flowery things, nothing negative. If you don't like the holiday, why would you even do anything? There's no reason for him to talk about Juneteenth. It's not going to help him, really. You're not going to gain anybody by talking about that holiday in a positive way. So he'll say anything. I'm telling you right now, he'll say anything. I knew from the beginning what it was, and then that confirmed it.
I don't see it. I see him beating Ron DeSantis.
He's not. Nobody.
He just pulled the last poll in Ohio. He's beating him.
And nobody. It really don't even make a difference because anybody going to beat Trump.
Well, I think it makes a huge difference. I think if you had a media savvy candidate like Vivek or even RFK Jr. I mean, RFK Jr. is kind of out of his mind on Israel and stuff. I'm noticing. I think a good VP that's good on the mic will help Trump out a lot. But I did want to talk about probably the biggest story going on right now is with Matt Gaetz. Have you followed this?
I'm not sure what you mean.
Matt Gaetz is thinking of investigating Donald Trump.
What?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Really?
Yeah. It's brilliant. So if the House, any of these could be the Judicial Committee and or either oversight on the judicial in the House and the Senate, or it could be any the weaponization of government, like that's a committee that's right now. I think I said that right. But if they subpoena Donald Trump and ask him everything, and basically they do this. I mean, remember Lois Lerner and all these people that they bring in? They gave him immunity. So they can give Donald Trump 100% immunity for anything that could be said about January 6th and any of these things. They're investigating the same thing that Jack Smith is investigating. They could say, we need to subpoena Donald Trump on the weaponization of government. Donald Trump, tell us everything. And what's kind of great about it is that on the House, in that House committee, they can actually adjudicate the 2020 election right there. And they'll get cross-examined by the Democrats. And I think this is going to happen. I think Donald Trump will be subpoenaed.
Interesting. We're going to see how the whole thing plays out.
Yeah, which means he can't be charged by Jack Smith, because it'll be double jeopardy and it will be immunity as well on top of that. So it's 18 USC something that he quoted. The other big news was Steve Bannon is now telling everybody anybody in the know, do not report election fraud in 2020 to the FBI or the DOJ, because the FBI and the DOJ will cover it up. Because there was a big drop of 20-something thousand, those numbers are up there. Voter registrations by corporations that were just uncovered in Michigan. So that's going to be like a news thing that kind of drops pretty soon. Basically, they're ballot farming, and I kind of just want to hold up two kind of graphs. That it's an investigation that I'm working on. I'm getting some of the JSON data, but if you're aware of this blue shift, where basically they call it the blue shift. If you Google blue shift on election votes, you'll see that the absentee ballots and the provisional ballots that come in late are overwhelmingly favoring Biden. Like even the foreign military ballots that they have to transcribe by hand, they were like 90% for Biden, which is just bonkers. But what you never see in that blue shift is that you never see a blue shift where Biden loses. So you never see that. So just that right there means that like everyone wants to talk about widespread cheating in the elections. There's not widespread cheating anywhere. You look at the NFL when someone's accused of cheating, it's not widespread. It's Tom Brady didn't inflate his footballs properly, which was completely false. He did inflate them properly. An example of widespread cheating is like foreign substances that pitchers have been using. Like every pitcher was basically using it, or steroids in the Tour de France. But to cheat at an election, you don't do it widespread. Cheat at poker, you don't do it widespread. You do it on the hand that you need. You do it in the precinct that you need, and that way you don't get caught. But all these places where there's blue shift, Biden won. There's no example of blue shift where Biden didn't win, so they're stuff in the ballot box. Any questions about that? Because that's probably all I got.
No, I don't got nothing for you, boss.
Yeah, man. Take it easy.
Thanks for the call. Appreciate you.
Bye.
All right, shout out, man, for the call. Most certainly appreciate them. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. All righty. We got quite a bit going on here. Let's keep on rocking and rolling. Yeah, I mean, the whole thing with the voting, I don't know. We're going to see how the whole thing plays out. Now, 1-2, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
What's going on, ABL? It's your boy, Joel Davis Media Network, fam.
All right, man. What's going on?
Nothing, man. First and foremost, enjoyed your show, man. It's been a rarity that I was off work on my regular job to catch you on a weeknight.
Right on.
So I was pretty excited about that. But first thing I want to get into is some of the stuff that let me go cut this down here right quick. Sorry about that. I want to talk about some of the stuff that was going on with Neo. you know, I heard that everybody tried to try to say that that Neo flip flop. He didn't never flip flop. What happened was his publicist jumped in and released this statement, because you know a lot of these entertainers in Hollywood have these publicists that does damage control, and they'll release a statement first, do not consult with the actual celebrity, and then they'll tell the celebrity, hey, I released this statement, and when the celebrity get mad about it, well, listen, you know, this is your brand we're trying to protect, you know, what you said was damaging, this could really have repercussions. You know, the publicist's job is to scare that client into going along with what they said, right? Well, if you research Neo's background, Neo is black and Japanese. People don't know that. His mom is African American, his dad is black and Japanese, and they were church musicians. They were raised in the church. Even when they separated, when he was living in Arkansas and they moved to Las Vegas with his mother, she was still in the church. A lot of people don't know that. So from that background, I'm quite confident that Neo decided to stand up and say, I stand on what I believe in. I got 10 kids, and these 10 kids didn't get here with me playing along with that type of narrative. So that's why Neo stood on the ground that he stood on.
Very interesting. I had no idea.
Yeah, look it up. Yeah, Neo talks about his mother. His mother is very religious, bro. And his father is too.
Right on.
And he grew up in the church. And that's why he sings as well as he does. A lot of people don't know that. Another thing I want to talk about is the riverboat, a.k.a. Titanic 2, that never happened, right? Oh, man. Bro, listen. I agree with you, Brandon Tatum, everybody that's seen this, Jericho, all of us said the same thing. This wasn't no race war. This was good all-American community coming together to save a man against a bunch of people that thought they were self-entitled.
Yep.
You know? I mean, it's the weekend. You've been drinking. Someone tells you to move your little pontoon boat because you need the riverboat to come in and dock. You get in your feelings because you got to do some extra work, and that's what happened. It wasn't because of, you know, the color of this man's skin. It had nothing to do with it. I feel like that with Black Twitter being the way they were saying that this was a race war, why can't they be that engaged when it's black-on-black violence in these major cities like Chicago, Washington, D.C., Los Angeles, California, Oakland, California, not to mention Memphis, Tennessee, and also, as we speak of it, St. Louis, Missouri. Why can't they come together like that, since they want to say that black people comes together when we have these type of situations? Am I wrong for being like that, ABL?
No, you're not wrong.
I mean, me and you report on this all the time. The only time we see togetherness in the black community is when it's got to be a white person involved, with a.k.a. the invisible white man, supposed to come out of the shadows and mess your life up. But when we have all these issues going on with black liberals, especially black liberal mayors, that are leading a city to straight destruction with gangs and will not stand up to the gang violence, will not be tough on crime, I don't see nobody gathering together in these neighborhoods and pushing all this crime out. Like, if we had more of that, we wouldn't be having these discussions. We would probably have to be talking about politics all the time.
Exactly.
And last but not least, yes, Gloria, the Gloria lady, you met her in person. Lucky man, good job, ABL. I knew you was a suave player. Vic, on the other hand, the guy that said he was down for Juneteenth and then turned around and said he was against it, I never liked this dude, ABL, and this is my personal opinion. My son is kind of a fan of him. I told you my son is 18. He was like, Dad, I like this guy, but you know, to me, I feel like he's a snake oil salesman. You know, he's going to say what he wants to say to throw feelers out to see how many people's going to come and bite. And when he found out nobody wasn't biting for the Juneteenth, what he was saying with that speech, he decided to flip-flop and say all of a sudden, oh, I want to get rid of it. So he can't be trusted. People like that, you know, Washington like them because they can buy them, put them in their pocket, and call it a day.
Yep.
You know, he's a rhino in the making. That's just my personal opinion.
I agree with you 100%. You know, if you're going to have an opinion on something, just stand on it. Then if you don't, then that means that you can be bought to say something else. You say one thing, they say, nope, don't say that. Here's the money, say something else, and you do it.
Exactly. And the thing about, you know, like me and you, I know we've collaborated a couple of times. I know we've had discussions on our collaboration where I didn't agree with everything you say. But at the end of the day, I respect you because ABL, you stood on it. You know what I'm saying? You didn't flip because I add you pressure, and you respect me when we don't agree on the same thing because I stand on it. And that's what it's about. That's what I love about being a conservative. We don't have to agree on everything. We just want you to stand on your beliefs. If you stand on what you believe in, that's all we ask as an American people. Don't be trying to flip-flop because you want to be cool. You know what I'm saying? Or you want to be a part of the in crowd. Because right now, he just made himself look very suspect in the reliability department. Because I cannot rely on you to tell me the truth. And this is what it is.
Exactly. 100%.
But anyway, ABL, we waiting on our end for you to finish your show up, and then we'll go on live late night tonight if anybody want to join us. We'll probably be talking about a little bit of the same thing that ABL saying, just that we're a little bit raw over here. Mm-hmm. But besides that, ABL, well, I'm telling everybody about it so you can get to this 1 million subscribers, man, because you're almost there, bro.
Right on, man. Thank you for that, man. Definitely appreciate you.
Anytime, man. Shout out to the rest of the ABL family as well that follow you on here. I love you to death, man. As a brother, I'm glad that I found you and you helped me with my conservative beliefs. And because of you, I'm going to constantly go strong, man. Big up to you, ABL.
Thank you, man. Definitely appreciate you.
Anytime, bro.
All right. Shout out to Joe Davis Media Network. You guys go ahead. And if you're not subscribed to him, do that right away. I'd appreciate it. Yeah, my whole thing about Vivek is like, hey, he ain't changed his mind. He just flip-flopped. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened. You know, people just like Vivek, so then they want to give him benefit of the doubt, or he changed his mind. Anybody else in politics, or they flip-flop. That's a common term we use when people in politics do this. They'll flip-flop. Like Obama was against gay marriage, then he was for it. He flip-flopped. That's what happened. Ain't no mind change, because if you change your mind, then give me an explanation. Why change your mind? You're going to do a total 180 with no explanation. You're just going to just say whatever is politically expedient at that moment. You see what I'm saying? That's not a mind change. That's just, oh, I'm going to just say this now because it fits what I'm trying to accomplish right now. Simple. But I digress.
People in politics.
859 your line I'm speaking to.
Hey, yo, ABL, how's it going, bro?
It's all good, man. What's happening?
Oh, man, fantastic. I'm just chilling out, listening to your podcast at the same time, multitasking, playing my WWE wrestling game. And something just popped in my mind. I went to see that movie, Son of Freedom. Fantastic movie, 10 out of 8. It's not the best movie in the world, but it's pretty good. It was pretty good, and especially for a low budget. I liked it. But I thought it was kind of weird. The next day, I kept on getting emails for free tickets for, other movies. Isn't that kind of crazy?
It probably just, email. That's pretty much how they work. They just say, here's a promotion. That's pretty common.
Well, I mean, it was legit free tickets, and I'm like, wait a minute. It's just, to me, I thought it was kind of odd. It's like, all of a sudden when I seen this movie, now everybody wants to give me a free tickets for the movie.
Hey.
That's some competition, man.
Sounds good to me. Free tickets are free tickets, so it sounds good to me.
I'm just saying, it just seemed kind of weird because it's like, man, that made me really paranoid after that. It's like, oh, boy. Big Brother's watching me, man. But, hey, man, I'm enjoying the show, man.
Well, thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
Hey, no problem, man. I love watching your stuff, man. It's Luciferian Libertarian here, and happy to see you, bro. See you.
All right, thank you. All right, shout out to my man on the call. Most certainly appreciate him. And you guys know the drill. The number to call, 434-658-1220. Again, 434-658-1220. All righty. Yeah, candidates will flip-flop, drop off a hat. As soon as they get the opportunity, they will do it. That's just what happens. All right, let's go. 470, you're online. I'm speaking
and
to.
because of you, I'm going to
corn pop was a bad
Big up to you, ABL.
ABL.
What's going on?
Hey, man, it's Greg from Wild and Wacky Atlanta, where anything can happen at any time. How you doing tonight, sir?
Everything's all right. How about yourself?
Well, good, except for that guy from Utah who made some anti-Biden remarks, got blown away by the Gestapo this morning.
Yeah, really crazy.
Yeah, but there's no proof that he tried to assassinate the Fuhrer.
Yeah, see, they're saying that when they went and did the raid, which I don't know why they would do it. There's no evidence. They said when they tried to do the raid that he got into a gunfight. That's what they say. But, with the way things are nowadays, I'm not quite sure if that's 100% accurate.
I looked it up. I haven't found any information so far over the past couple hours that he tried to shoot the cops. Or the FBI, actually. The Gestapo, sorry.
Yeah, I was playing a video earlier, and I think they said that, but I'm not sure if that's 100% correct.
Yeah, but the inconsistency here is the important factor. I mean, Kathy Griffin, in June of 2017, does a photo shoot with a mock-up of Trump's bloody head hanging from her hand. And in January 2017, on January 20th, on Inauguration Day, when Trump was inaugurated, Madonna's out there protesting out in front of the White House, saying that I thought on many occasions of blowing up the White House. Nothing happened to her. Nothing happened to Kathy Griffin. And also Johnny Depp, and also in 2017, said, when was the last time somebody made a threat on the president's life, however, making reference to John Wilkes Booth assassinating President Lincoln in April 1865.
Right. Nothing
happened to any of these radical leftist communists. But yet this one conservative Trump supporter gets blown away by the Gestapo for making some anti-Biden remarks.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's just insane.
It is.
Yeah. So anyway, another thing I want to talk about was the 7-Eleven employees. Shout out to those Indian guys for beating the crap out of these guys. I counted 14 whacks they beat this guy with. And that's incredible. This guy was so brazen and arrogant. He brings a trash can and starts dumping 50, 60 packs of cigarettes into a trash can that he wants to steal.
Totally
I like
crazy.
the way they do things in that part of the world. The way they just beat the crap out of somebody.
Right.
What for the cops to come by? They just whack them. That's how they would do in Nepal or India or China or any of those countries.
That's right.
Yeah, man. More power to him. I'd like to see the guy's wounds. I want to see what happened to the guy. I wouldn't know if he had any bones broken. But he got what he deserves. So I'm not a violent person, but I don't like thieves, and I respect these guys. They work hard, and the reason why they whacked the hell out of this guy is because he deserved it. It's like, you want to come steal what we've worked hard for 20 years or more? Screw you. This is what you're getting. So anyway, man, that's all I want to say from Wild and Wacky Atlanta. Also, one thing, there was a shootout here at Grady Hospital. Did you hear about that?
Was that recently, like today?
Yeah, this afternoon, I think around 1 or 2 o'clock. There were at least 30 rounds shot. Nobody was killed.
Wow.
One lady hid behind a truck, and I think it was in the parking deck or something. I don't know what the cause was or why it happened, but yeah,
That's crazy.
That's Atlanta for you. So.
Yeah, definitely.
But nobody was killed. That was the good news, or nobody's wounded. I don't know what it's about, so you can look it up if you want to find out more information about it.
Definitely.
Anyway, you stay safe if you come down to Atlanta, and watch out for those crazy drivers, man.
Oh, always, definitely.
Thanks a lot. You take care.
Thank you for the call. Appreciate you.
Hey, Trump 2024. Take care. Bye. Good night.
All right, shout out to the caller. Yeah, crazy. Shooting at Grady Hospital. Like, what's going on? What is the reason? Why? People just do things that it's just senseless. It's like, why are you shooting a hospital up or in a parking deck? What is the deal? I guess the bright side is somebody gets shot right there. But anyway, I digress. 918, get in line. I'm speaking to.
Hey, what's up, ABL? It's JB Scott from Oklahoma. How you doing, buddy?
It's all good, man. What's happening?
No, not a lot. Yeah, sorry about my voice tonight. I came down with an ailment, so my voice is kind of sounding different. But I digress. Anyway, I wanted to respectfully disagree with Matt, one of your primary callers, about the whole blue wave thing. There was no blue wave in 2020, not a legit one. I mean, the fact that every fake news media station said, "Oh, there's no proof of collusion, or there's no proof of voter fraud," and they just refuse to even talk about it or acknowledge it, is right there, showing that they know it all went down, but they're not going to talk about it. And all you got to do is a little bit of research. It's not hard. I mean, look at Arizona. Why does it take so long to count so little votes? And this COVID was a weapon that was used to manipulate our election. And it's like, hey, nobody can go outside. Everybody has to vote from home. So let's just send out millions and millions of ballots, to these people, and they might get mixed up in the mail. They might go to the wrong place. These people might show up to like elderly people's houses and kind of convince them which way to vote. Like, no, you want Joe Biden. You want to vote blue. And they're like, oh, okay. And then you got the Project Veritas videos of the people, doing the ballot harvesting, on camera, undercover camera, going to places and basically collecting ballots. I mean, there's so much evidence that 2020 was stolen. I mean, how does a guy like Donald Trump, who can go out and draw in the biggest crowds, 10, 20, 30,000 people, everyone loves him. And you got a guy like Joe Biden, Sleepy Joe, stayed in his basement the entire year, never went out and did a rally, and get the most votes in American history. It's so messed up. It's so messed up. So, again, that's cool. I mean, I like the debate. But, yeah, 2020 was the most rigged election, the biggest crime in American history, in my opinion. And 2024, I don't know what they're going to come up with next. They're going to try something. But, well, they're already doing it. They don't want Trump to run flat out. That's why they're trying to do all this bullcrap freaking indictments. I mean, my God, if they haven't got him on something by now, they're not going to get him on anything. He's clean. So, my 2 cents on the election.
Right on.
Yeah, so, I don't know. If we keep having these mail-in ballots and early voting, we're not going to get our democracy back. It's gone forever.
Well, thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
All right, man. You have a good night, dude. Love you, man. Love everybody in chat. Yeah, Trump 2024, hopefully. He's going to do something.
All right, now, thank you for the call. Appreciate you, boss. Now, I'm going to say something about the election. The thing is that we have state elections. So if there's any kind of corruption, any kind of weird stuff going on, you got to fix that in your local area. It's your state. Okay, it's just that simple. See, what your man was talking about, what's his name, Ramaswamy? He was talking about federalizing the election. You don't want that. Now, if you have a federal election, that can be easy to rig because it's just one place. It's just one locus of control. You don't have different jurisdictions, you don't have city, state, county. You don't have any of that going on. All right. You got to make sure your local area is functioning properly. Get involved with local government. Go out there, be a vote counter, be an observer. Get involved with your community. That's how you fix that if you got a problem. It's not a federal thing. It's a local thing. All right. That's what was happening. That's why Fulton County, that's why they're trying to get Trump indicted in Georgia, is because of what was happening in Fulton County, Georgia. Okay. Not the federal government, but Fulton County, Georgia. 304 on the line, we're speaking to.
All right.
304, hello.
Hey, ABL, it's Derek the Mountain Dog, your favorite Georgia/West Virginia boy. How you doing?
It's all good, man. What's happening?
Not a whole lot, man. It's been a while. But, no, man, I hate whenever I have a topic that I want to discuss and the three callers before me, or more than that, depending on when I get through, talk about the same thing. But anyway, man, the whole Vivek thing, I'm with you as far as, like, there's something about him that rubs me the wrong way, and I can't put my finger on it either. But I don't think the Juneteenth thing is something like you could hang your hat on as far as a reason to, you know. And don't get me wrong either. I'm Trump all the way. I'm not even like pushing Ramaswamy by any means. It's just I haven't figured out either because, you know, you say he didn't change his mind, he just straight up flip-flopped. You got to have a reason to change your mind. I mean, you know, all the stuff that happened on Juneteenth this year, like how they celebrated it, the people who did celebrate it, the shootings and all the chaos and stuff, you know, you think maybe that'd be a reason why he's like, you know, it's a holiday, who really cares? But then, you know, it ended up being violent and, you know, just a kind of a bad day overall. So he's like, you know what? Yeah, maybe we shouldn't make it a thing and kind of take it away.
Now, because if that was the case, then he would have said it. He didn't give a reason. That's the whole point. There was no reason. And furthermore, there's always chaos and violence on 4th of July, too. Chicago, there's always shootings and whatnot on the 4th weekend. When I was in Virginia on the 4th, that's when the police know there's going to be more violence. I mean, just because there's violence on the holiday does not mean we cancel the holiday, okay? And if that was his opinion, then he should have said it. He just completely had a different opinion because it was a different setting. So the first one was, okay, I'm by myself on the boat. It's on social media. I'm going to talk to the young people who are more kind of open to that type of thing, to Juneteenth. Then when I get in front of a bunch of gray-haired boomers, I'm going to talk in their language or how I think they're going to respond to me in the most positive way. That's what happened. And that's what I was thinking about him from the beginning. And I really didn't have anything to say, okay, this is an example of it. And that right there was a prime example. And my thing is, whatever you think about Juneteenth, just be consistent. If you like it, be consistent. If you don't, be consistent. I can respect you either way. But then when you just say whatever you need to say, depending upon the circumstance, that right there, you're not very trustworthy, and you're gonna do that exact same thing with bigger things that really matter.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. Like I said, I'm with you as far as something about him rubs me the wrong way. I just don't think I would use that as just to hang my hat on that.
I mean, why not?
But,
because it's an example of him not being trustworthy. Like I say, whatever you think about it, just be consistent. And if you're not, then that right there is your character. Regardless of what it is, be consistent on everything. And if you're not, then it's like you're not really a genuine person.
Right. So you're saying basically like if he was like the reason I changed my mind about Juneteenth is because it seemed to do more harm than good, and he gave examples, maybe that would have
any reason. He gave no reason because there wasn't a reason, because he just will say whatever needs to be said in the moment. If I'm gonna go, I could do a 180. If I say on June 1st that I'm going to vote for Trump, and then I say in August I'm voting for DeSantis, I'm like, okay, well, what happened? Why did you change? That's going to be the natural reaction, but there was no explanation because it wasn't never going to be one, because it's just a matter of I'm gonna say what I need to say when I need to say it. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. The boat dock brawl or whatever, you know, I I was thinking about that, man. I don't think it's a race thing at all. I was just trying to put myself in both people's positions. Like, you know, the guy at the boat dock, I don't know what his title is, or if he was part owner of that dock or the business that the dock was attached to or whatever, but just imagine, like, you park your car and it's illegally parked, and you know it's illegally parked or you don't know it's illegally parked. Either way, just say you're in a restaurant and the valet guy's like, hey, move your car, and you're like, no, or not right now, or who are you, or whatever, and like the valet driver just jumps in your car and decides to move it, which in this case, you know, he just basically undocks the boat for it to drift away. I mean, what you're gonna be mad, right? I mean, you know, it's like, oh, we got a guy in a limo, or we got a party of 12 coming in. You got to get this car out of here ASAP, and it's like, I mean, I don't think you untie the dude's boat. And I don't think it's right that they all got onto him, but maybe the boat belonged to all of them. Maybe they all, you know, went in to pay for that boat, so it was kind of like, he just undocked our boat and let it float away because another, obviously bigger and probably more important boat, but who's to say, you know, how important that boat was to him and his friends. I mean, I just don't think it's a race thing at all. It was just wrong in both ways, but I think he should have never undocked the people's boat.
Well, what are you going to do? Because the pontoon boat was empty, and then the other boat was full of people. So what are they going to do? Just stay out in the water until they decide to move their boat? You see what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, he could have gotten someone some type of police or something to move the boat. I mean, he shouldn't have took it into his own hands to just release the boat from the dock.
Well, I mean, they got to do something because it's like, okay, you can get the police.
It wasn't an emergency vehicle or anything trying to dock there. You know what I mean?
Okay, so do we just stay on the boat? Like, because it's different than we talking about like a hotel or something like that. You can get out. You don't got to get like right in front of the door. You can get out and still get out of the vehicle and go to the hotel. But if you're in the water, what you gonna do? Just stay out there until they decide they want to get the boat undocked? I mean, like, what are you gonna do? And then
I get that. It's just like,
yeah. So that was the
guys shouldn't. I mean, they could have floated around and been late for their dinner, and you know, and then those guys that had their boat parked there and would have refused to move or whatever, they would have ended up getting in trouble. But the reason the fight broke out was because he undocked it.
Well, either way, they were going to be in trouble because, okay, right. We're going to unmoor the boat, and then you're going to be mad about that, or you're going to have the police come and they be mad about that. Regardless of what, they should have just not had the boat right there. They were in the wrong first. Okay, they were given opportunity and a chance to get the boat away, and they just did whatever they wanted to do. Probably had been drinking, and then there was a conflict. Regardless of what the co-captain of the other boat did with releasing it, it was still going to be an issue regardless. So it was really just 100% their fault. Either way, it was going to be a problem, whether he waits for the police to get there to unmoor or he does it right there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they initiated it, but I don't think violence would have occurred. Like, just say your car's parked on a hill in the way, it's not an emergency situation, and a valet or someone other than police officer or tow truck driver or whatever just reaches in and releases your park brake, and your car just goes rolling down the hill because someone else needs to park there.
I'll give you
not an emergency situation. I mean, you're gonna be fighting mad, I would imagine, right?
I'll give you a better example. You're just in the wrong place you shouldn't be, and if you're in the wrong place, sometimes people do things like when you're talking about a firefighter. If they have to, you know, put flames out, they're gonna put that hose right through your vehicle if you park in front of a fire hydrant. I mean,
no doubt.
That's what's going to happen because you're in the wrong place. And somebody could say, "Oh, I'm mad because you know they shouldn't have done that to my vehicle. They bust both my windows out." But it's like, well, you were in the wrong place. You can't park in front of a fire hydrant. So now the hose going through both of your windows. That's your fault, ultimately.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I just feel like maybe the boat could have. The big boat could have chilled out there, and the guy could have gotten the actual authority that needed to be there to move the boat. You know, I think the violence wouldn't have happened had he not untied their boat. That's all. But anyways, that's all, man. It's been a long time, but Thanks for taking my call.
Thanks for the call,
I'll
man.
holler at you next time.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
All right.
Yeah, man. The moral of the story is don't be parked where you shouldn't be parked. Don't be dot where you shouldn't be dot. Because, like, look, you park in front of a fire hydrant, somebody could say, hey, man, my windows got bust out. I got to go call Safe Flight. It's going to cost X amount of money. Well, you were in the wrong place. So we got to get the hose through your vehicle. So it is what it is. It's simple. And then if you're in the wrong place, you're going to get a boot on your car. You're going to get towed or whatever. It could be a record right there on the site that it come, put your vehicle on the flatbed, put it on the back of your vehicle, put it on the back of their truck, and haul you right away. You got a Corvette, you got some kind of Ferrari, some kind of low-to-the-ground vehicle. Hey, man, your car is getting scraped up. Your car scraped up is damaged because you wanted to park in the front when you shouldn't have been there. So do I just wait for you to figure out whenever you want to leave and then go about my business? Nah, I'm going to get you out of here right now. Adios. All right. Let's keep on rocking. Let's go 405 in online. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, what's up, ABL? This is Deontay from Twitter.
All right, man. What's going on?
Hey, nothing much, man. Just wanted to bring up some things that you like or reply on Twitter. Because some things you address, like touch on, and some things you don't. But
hold on. Before we do that, you kind of muffled. Are you on speaker?
Yeah, hold up. All right, hello.
Much better. All right, go ahead, boss.
All right, cool. Yeah. No, I saw a post that you kind of reposted. It was a while back, but it was a post by Anomaly, and it was talking about like how it was like Trump's FBI that what was it had to do something about I forgot exactly what it was, to be quite honest, but I guess the point is that like everybody thinks Trump is going to kind of solve the problem when it's really voting him in it doesn't really solve much. I mean, we had Fauci during his presidency, we had vaccines during his presidency, we had corrupt FBI during his presidency, and Congress did what they wanted. They impeached him twice. So it's like, this end-all be-all with Trump thing is just kind of like playing hot potato. He put us more in debt. He gave us paychecks two times. So it's kind of like a socialist move. So it's like, voting Trump doesn't really solve the issue. I just don't see where people are coming from with that.
Well, the thing about it, I've said before on the channel that Trump has made some mistakes and he's imperfect. But still, even with the imperfections and mistakes, he's better than the opposition. He like if it was between him and Joe Biden, obviously Donald Trump, even with the debt going higher, even with the federales doing what they wanted to do, we still had a better border wall. We had more border security. We had lower inflation. We had a better economy. Even with all the things that he did that were mistakes or wrong, we still overall at the end were better. It was still a net positive to have Trump in office versus not having him in office.
Yeah. Well, I guess the second point of that, and it's not a diss against Trump, because I'm a vote Trump like everybody else. But the point is I know John Adams has a quote, our Constitution is wholly inadequate to govern an immoral people. So it only governs a moral and religious people. So really the root issue is the morality and religiosity of our country, and we've lost that. And I saw another post that you had on Twitter that had to do with, the kids in New York and Chicago, because you reposted and you said the black community is like a matriarchal society.
Yes.
And our society is sort of a matriarchal society. So, and really that's the root issue, because our government is not going to be able to govern these type of people and immoral people. So, you're really just playing hot potato with Trump, because you had just as much corruption with Trump than you do now. Now, are we going to get Russia and China off our back a little bit? Are we going to have a little bit more money in our pocket if Trump gets elected? Yeah, sure. Until what? Until we get, Governor Newsom, because the people are ignorant and they're going to vote him in. Who really even knows if we have legitimate elections right now? So it's just kind of like up in the air until the root problem changes.
Well, I mean, if you're waiting on that to change, then don't hold your breath, because that's going to be a monumental task. Electing somebody, it don't matter who it is, ain't going to change that. That's going to be a thing that we got to work on as a people, regardless of politics. That's beyond politics. That's something completely different. But I like I said, I still think that that's the better option. We can't look at politics as a panacea to fix everything. That's simply not going to be the case. They can only do so much.
That's exactly my point.
Yeah, I mean,
that's exactly my point.
Yeah, I don't think anybody should look at it like that. It don't matter who it is, how great they are. That's totally unimportant. We still gotta do other work aside from the politics. So, when you're talking about who you're going to vote for, that's just one piece of the puzzle. We still got to do a lot more beyond politics, beyond anything that anybody in Washington, D.C. can handle.
Yeah. Hey, well, I appreciate you even voicing that. And, hey, if anything, I hope y'all have a good night. I know chat's always lit. They're always trying to look for something to pick at, which I'm cool with because I did the same thing. I love you, chat. And I love you, ABL. I'll talk to you later.
Thanks for the call, man. Appreciate you.
Already.
All right, shout out to the caller. Great call. Yeah, man, I agree. There's a lot more we got to be able to work on as a society, as a people, that reaches far beyond DC. When you're talking about who you're going to vote for, that's only one piece of the puzzle. That's just one piece of it. What are you doing in your everyday life? What are you doing with yourself? You could go out there and vote for whoever you want to vote for, but if you're still eating 35 hamburgers every 25 seconds, then, I mean, you're not working on taking care of yourself. Voting is just one piece of what you do as a person in society to help society go forward. But there's a lot more we got to do. So that was a good call. 503, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, what's up, ABL? It's your man Cody from Portland. Kind of wanted to touch base a little bit on one of the last callers was saying with the pontoon boat incident, man. I agree with what you're saying. The guy was a dock worker, so I don't know what's more of an appropriate authority than that. Like he's doing his job, and if the boat is, docked somewhere that it's not supposed to be, or it's blocking, whatever the case is, I mean, hey, he tells you, man, you got to move, just move. Like it should be as simple as that. I understand maybe people, they want to question authority or whatever the case is, but I mean, come on, if it doesn't have to lead to where you've got 10 people just attacking one. I mean, come on, because I mean, like you said, luckily, thank God, nobody was shot. I mean, that guy could have very easily, if he was armed,
That's right,
defended himself if he had to. I mean, I would. So that's like you said, thank God that nobody lost their life, and it should have never have to even come to that. The guy's doing his job. He's a dock worker. You got you're parked or you're docked in somewhere that you're not. Even if he tells you to move, just do it. I mean, come on. It doesn't have to end up to be that big of a scenario to where somebody could potentially lose their life.
That's right.
Yeah. And I was going to say, too, about Joe Biden, man, knocking the bug or whatever. Yeah, man, nothing surprises me, man. Nothing surprises me with that guy. It seems like every day you're going to hear, something crazy, something outlandish, or just something stupid that he does that just makes you just makes you question, like, what is going on, man? It blows my mind. So that's pretty bizarre. But yeah, just wanted to touch base, kind of share my opinion on the pontoon thing, and that's just kind of my opinion, And when everybody out there, you have a situation like that where somebody's just do it, man, and walk away. Live to fight another day in a better battle. Pick your battles, I guess is what I'm saying. Pick your battles.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah. So that's all I got to say. Thank you for listening, ABL. Everybody have a great day, and God bless.
Thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right. Shout out to the caller. Hey, great call. Fantastic call. Yeah. Pick your battles. Pick your battles. Don't just jump into everything when you don't have to. They say, hey, man, go ahead and move your vehicle. Move the vehicle. What are we waiting on? Come on. Ain't nobody got time. Or your vehicle, your pontoon boat, whatever it is. Okay. Yeah, I done seen plenty of guys get told, like, go down the beach, Virginia Beach, you're getting your vehicle towed immediately if you don't move it out the way. 773, you don't line. Who am I speaking to?
ABL, it's your retired Chicago police officer friend. How you doing?
Everything's all right. How about yourself?
I'm good, ABL. Forget what I wanted to talk about earlier, because what that last guy, not the second to the last guy, was saying, that Trump's not going to make a difference. Listen, it makes a difference when you have somebody strong in leadership and someone who can make a real decision regardless of what people say to him, and take the slings and arrows for making those decisions. You could say that, well, the pandemic and Trump with the pandemic and Fauci and this and that. Well, during Trump's presidency, the pandemic was very early on. So there were a lot of things that they had to figure out and work through to figure out, is this real? What's going on? The fact that he, said, well, there's a vaccine. One thing I know, Trump wasn't going to mandate the vaccine where you can't, you no longer have your job as a nurse, a policeman, a fireman, if you don't get vaccinated by this date, by a certain date. Otherwise, you're out of your job, which many people lost their jobs because of that, or decided not to, get the vaccine. He wasn't for that. Trump would have never left all that equipment in Afghanistan. These are all the points that Trump needs to keep hitting on. They're going to do what they're going to do. They're going to indict him, and they're going to do this, and they're going to do that. That's a whole different story. But the whole idea is, as Trump, he has to let people know, I'm worthy of the presidency again. I can get the country at least back on track, not because I'm a Democrat, not because I'm a Republican, not because I'm an independent, because I'm willing to do the job, and I'm willing to make the decisions and let China know and other people know that we're not a chump. And let me tell you something that people might not realize. When you're dealing with other countries, even in our own country with criminals, weakness is a super huge flaw. And once leaders, like in China and other places, Korea, once they see a weakness, they come in and they do what they want and take advantage. Because another thing is, these third world countries are not as sophisticated socially. A lot of them aren't. They're not sophisticated socially. And they respond to very primitive ways. And it's shown by those guys from India or Sikh or wherever they're from, beating that guy with a stick. Because in India, that's exactly what they do, ABL. Go look at videos. The police in India carry a big stick, they carry a long stick, and they thrash people when they get out of line. Now, would that be tolerated here in America? No, it wouldn't, because we're just that much further along. But in these countries, that's what they value, is strength. And when you have someone weak at the head of your country, you're in trouble. And look at the trouble we're having, not only in our country, but all around the world. And so we need to vote somebody in that's strong enough. And the only person I see is Trump. Everybody else is just part of the game, and they're going to say the buzzwords that they have to say to get you to vote for them, and then they're going to be they're going to be engaged in politics as usual. They're professional politicians, and I have to keep my money coming in and raise my family and have this wealth that I'm bringing in. They have to do that. Trump doesn't care about that. He's already wealthy. He doesn't care who he kicks off. And that's somebody that I want to see as president again, and see if I can get the stock market to go back up and somebody's food prices to come back down and everything else, because things are getting out of hand. It doesn't take long to ruin your nation. It doesn't take long. It takes a quick generation and you're done. So that's my 2 cents, ABL. Thanks for listening to me. Thanks for getting my call in, and I'll talk to you and everybody else later.
Thank you for the call. Definitely appreciate you.
Thank you.
Very good call. Very good call. You guys have been fantastic with the calls tonight. Absolutely. Shout out to you guys. And if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all of that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Thank y'all in advance. I could not do the show without you. All right. Somebody says, seek and destroy, SIKH and destroy. Hilarious. You guys are great. Seek and destroy. What y'all said? Scuba Gooding Jr. about my man earlier that swam to the fight. You guys are fantastic with your remarks and the wittiness. I appreciate y'all for being here. Oh, this is also a podcast you're listening to right now. It'll be available on your favorite audio streaming platforms, whether they be Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, Anchor, Apple, iTunes, etc. Link for that will be in the description, or just go to your favorite audio streaming platform and search ABL Live. I should pop right on up. All right. But yeah, Trump definitely, I don't really see anybody better to go to DC right now. I mean, with the ability to be able to win and be strong and just do what needs to be done. DeSantis, I don't know. I liked him. I like him still, but I think that his campaign's just not been run very well. I think he fired somebody from his campaign. I think it was a campaign manager he just fired, and for good reason, because they needed to get fired. It wasn't really going the way that it should have been going. I don't really see anybody else that has a chance, in my humble opinion, although I wouldn't be against someone challenging Trump. It's got to be the best person to go in there and be able to get the job done. You know, they don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be like Jesus Christ himself, which is not going to be possible, obviously, but at least go in there and do better than they got us in there right now, because this guy we got in there right now is a whole potato. So if you can perform better than a potato, then you're already on the right track. You are already on the right track if you perform better than a potato. For sure. All right. But shout out to you guys for being here. You guys are the best. I'm reading some of I didn't flip on DeSantis. I still like DeSantis, but I think that he's not running his campaign properly. So he got to tighten up. It's just that simple. It ain't nothing else to it. 540, you know who I'm speaking to.
Hey, this is Crook RE from Virginia.
All right, man. What's going on?
Just wondering, I mean, you were talking about Juneteenth. How do you celebrate that? I mean, how did you celebrate?
How did I celebrate it personally? Well, I don't know about anybody else. Like I can speak for myself. But for me, I got a family history. So June 19th was my dad's birthday, and it was also my uncle's birthday. Not his brother, but his uncle, so my great uncle, my granny's brother. They had the same birthday. So every year we would go to DC and to my great uncle and my great aunt's house. They had both since passed away. We would go there every year, like my whole life. So it was a combination of a birthday, Father's Day, Juneteenth, a small family reunion, because it'd be me, my dad, my other uncles, some cousins, friends, family, everybody. Block party. It was everything. Like a nice celebration throughout the whole day. So that was our Juneteenth celebration. Now, I don't know about anybody else, but that's what we did.
Okay, I got you. I mean, wow. Usually like President's Day or Martin Luther King Day, I mean, it's just another day, it seems like. But, not putting down Martin Luther King. I appreciate what he did, his movement. But, Memorial Day, Labor Day, 4th of July, Christmas, holidays like that, you're going to have cookout, family. Most people, enjoy those certain holidays. Juneteenth, I don't know. You're a black man. I'm a white man. So, might be a difference there, but I didn't see it. But let's move on from that. Are you a veteran?
No, I'm not.
You never served, but I'm sure you got family members.
Yes, family members, but not me.
Yeah. Unfortunately, my grandmother, passed away years ago. After the funeral, the burial and everything, her favorite place was American Legion. There was like 200 people. I mean, she was 92. A lot of people. She had great grandchildren there. So, and the guy that was speaking there, he said, anybody that's a veteran, please stand up. And, I'm looking over, 200 people, and please stand up, raise your hand. And I'm like the only one. My father and my brother-in-law, they were upstairs drinking a beer, but other two people that had been in the military, I was kind of surprised by that. So many people actually serve in the military.
Okay.
But, actually, I mean, if I look back on my history, both my grandfathers served in the Army during World War II. My father in the Navy during Vietnam. Me, the Cold War, against Russia. I was over in Germany. And my son, he's a Marine, over there in the Middle East.
I got a question.
But sure, go ahead.
So where are we going with this story?
Okay. All right. We were. Let's see. When I was over, going back, like I said, Cold War. Big deal. You're over in Germany. You're just standing there. Well, actually, our plan was. My
man. Where are we going with this story? You were saying that you want to move on for Juneteenth. Now we're talking about being a veteran and whatnot. And shout out to you for that. I appreciate it. But you got to have a conclusion to the actual stories. I got more calls on the line here.
All right. Yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Right. Hey. Thank you for the call, man. I appreciate it. All right. Shout out to him. Hey, shout out to all the veterans. I appreciate you guys. You guys are the best. I know I couldn't do it without you. All right. Let me take one more call. Then I'll wrap it on up, put the bow on top. 435, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
This is Zachary Monover.
All righty. What's going on?
What's up, man? Am I on?
You're on
live right now?
You're on live.
That's wild. All right. Well, yeah. I'm calling. I was watching your show. Yeah, we got a real bad situation right now in the U.S. I don't really know what to say. My name is Zachary. So a majority of the population has been brainwashed. The media has served as an instrument to that end. We have Biden in the White House, and I don't even know what the topic is. I thought you were still talking to the last guy. I have a very pessimistic outlook on what's going to happen with all this. This is probably going to end in some sort of a civil war. The problem is once people's minds are made up, you just can't change them. It seems like there's already a sort of cold clash that's happening between the parties. Things will become more and more tumultuous and aggressive on both sides as kind of the separation deepens. It doesn't seem like the liberals are kind of waking up to what's going on, even though some of them might be kind of coming to terms with what's happening in this country. It's going to be a little bit too little too late. As you can see, the Biden administration is putting through all of these measures to kind of kind of reminds me of when a company is bought out and then it is sold off piece by piece for profit. And it's just completely dismantled and kind of stripped of its essence and what it initially had to offer, what was of value. So I'm just, I mean, I know everybody wants to hear that this can all be turned around, but the problem that we're seeing and that we're dealing with that people aren't really addressing is the fact that we're contaminated with new ways of thought that are entirely destructive to the American way, an American tradition, and the American culture. And that even if we get somebody like Trump in office, I'm not a Trump fan, but he's much better than Biden. But even if we were to get somebody who were extremely conservative, who would start taking measures to turn back the clock, geopolitically, the stage is already set to where America is already on the decline. Our credit rating was just downgraded yesterday. The banks, you see, we just had $1 trillion in credit card debt. Americans are going under, but the media outlets are acting like everything is fine. We've gotten ourselves in so deeply that it's possible that we've passed the threshold of no return. And what's your opinion on that? Do you think that if we get the right person, that will make such a difference to where we can actually turn everything around? I mean, even our dollar has been diluted. What do we do?
Well, you can't rely on one individual person to fix anything. First of all, we got to look at things that we're doing as people. Okay, where's the innovation? Where's the American spirit? Where are we as a people to do things for ourselves rather than relying upon government? And then beyond that, if we're going to look at government as part of the solution, we also got to look at local. We can't just focus on a president, one guy in the White House in Pennsylvania Avenue. What are you doing on your local level? How are you involved with the community? All those things kind of go into it.
Has the local level not been crushed? Look at all the small businesses closing. People can't afford to keep shop open. I mean, it's systematic. I mean, when you look at it, and I know that
I understand what you mean, but I got limited time, so I'm gonna just say this and I got to wrap it up. I got to go. So basically, we can't have this. We can't just look at things like there's nothing we can do. We can't look at one person to fix it. It's got to be us. We got to be able to figure out a way to get this thing on the right track, because if we don't do it, they're certainly not going to do it. So that can't be our focus, is looking at the federal government to come save us. We got to save ourselves. But thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Shout out to the caller. Thank you guys for being here. You guys are the best audience anywhere on these internets. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll be a wrap for me tonight. You guys have been fantastic. Couldn't do it without you. Shout out to all the mods for keeping them trolls in check. Shout out to everybody calling in, whether you are calling, retweeting, super chat, and whatever you're doing. I thank you, because I couldn't do it without you. And I'll be back live again on Saturday. Same bat time, same bat place, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All righty. I got a few super chats to read through right here. Then I wrap it on up, put the bow clean on top. Thank you to Jagular Really, who says ABL coming in with the facts. Got to do it, boss. Thank you to Bina, who says, for gifting 5 ABL memberships. Thank you for that. Thank you to Michael Critchlow, who says, what's weird about Vivek is that his first time voting in any election was in 2020, and he's 38 years old. The Breakfast Club caught him out for this. See what I'm saying? Like, he don't even really too much care about politics like that. That's not really what he's into. You know what I mean? And I think that's pretty clear. What's going on. So this guy is just kind of, he's not really serious. It's not really serious. And I kind of saw that from the beginning. Thank you to Bina again, who says ABL versus Ivan, boat dot 11 p.m. Thank you to Boomhauer, who says ABL versus Ivan, boat dot match. I got 200 on ABL. Hey man, I stomp Ivan in the wind. Nah, shout out to him. Thank you to Atomic Tabasco for the donation. Thank you to Bina for your super chat. Thank you to John Pearson for your super chat. Thank you to 66X, who says Shy Cop speaking truth as always. Heart emoji. Thank you to Boomhauer again, who says ABL wins. Thank you to Rebel Without a Reason, who says DeSantis said he believed the election was legitimate and Biden is the president. That's all you need to know. And thank you to Joy Ricky or Ricci, who says donating for ABL versus Ivan, ABL every time. There we go. And thank you guys again for being here. You guys are the best audience on anywhere on these internets. And that'll be a wrap. So until next time, y'all be safe. I'm out and peace.